Megan Fox.
And Megan Fox has the story.
Megan Fox.
Megan Fox.
Megan Fox writes at PJ Media.
Eat Tucker.
And that was your last.
Damn it, man. I cried for 2 days.
Megan, thank you very much for that.
So, I can explain the bed thing.
If you don't show up and vote, up your ass. I don't care if you're in the hospital. Crawl to the stake. Crawl there.
It's like Jesus going to the temple. He's like, I got a whip. Get out! Get out! The lovely and wonderful Megan Fox. Not that one.
Not that one. Not the weird one that drinks blood in his toe thumbs.
Megan Fox.
Megan. And honestly, Megan, if you don't like it, I'm sorry.
She's the devil. Megan.
Megan Fox.
Megan.
Megan Fox.
I've been very nice to you, although I could probably maybe not be based on the way you have treated me, but I wouldn't do that.
You've never met a like me. You want to tangle? You want to go? Holy sh!
Too much cussing on this. I guess we didn't bleep it, so we got to turn it off. But it's
You pissed off the wrong woman.
oh my God, I have been assaulted. But Megan Fox runs wild on you, brother.
She's the devil.
Not for publication.
The story.
I'm Megan Fox. Thank you. Cheers.
Hey guys, I'm looking very pale and wan today. I'm sick. I got sick last Thursday. And I still sound terrible, but I thought I would come on and try and get through something. Sorry about the camera angle, but literally it's the only place I could put the camera, so it's way up there. Hey, how you doing? If I put it down any lower, it just looks terrible. So anyway, I am responding to an idiot on Twitter right now. Let me finish doing that while you talk amongst yourselves. Hold, please. The anti-Karen Reed people have found me. She wants me to list the corruption in the Karen Reed case. How about interviewing witnesses without recording it? That's pretty big. Interviewing witnesses in their homes, in their cars, calling them personally on the phone without recording it. I know I had COVID earlier, and now I have like this thing on the side of my face. No, I'm not in the basement. I'm in my bedroom. Eventually, I'm supposed to go to the basement. I don't really know how this is working. Mr. Fox went to the basement, and I came into the bedroom. All right, collecting evidence in solo cups. How about that? Drunk police officers. So drunk, they're leaving their guns and badges all over town. Texting about a suspect in a horrific, biased way. Never investigating the house where a dead body is found. That's a good one. Not investigating the house where the dead body is. Oh, that's a big one. I could go on, but I'm busy. So fuck off. So off you fuck. God, I hate these people. I don't know how they found me or why. I think it's because, oh wait, I can turn this off now. I think it's because we did the Turtle Boy interview on Tug's channel the other night, which was really good. And if you guys haven't seen it, you need to go and watch that. And what was it? Last night, Tug read the charging documents about Turtle Boy, and they were, I mean, they sound bad for him, right? But that's what the state wants to do. The state is always going to write charging documents so that it sounds the worst possible thing ever. Did he say some things that I wouldn't have said? Absolutely. But it remains to be seen whether the things that he said are protected under the First Amendment or not. So anyway, just to let you know, going forward, what's going to happen on this channel with me and Tug and what we're doing, we are going to be rewatching the Karen Reed trial from beginning to end. We are going to watch the pre-trial stuff. We will watch Aiden Carney's trials. I can't take the pale face anymore. Hold on. I need to put some blush on my face. I can't look at myself in this camera looking as white as a ghost. The lighting doesn't help. Doing daytime videos does not help because the lighting in here. Look, if I turn on this light, no, that makes it worse. That makes it worse. God, I pinch my cheeks. I need some color in my face. I am wearing blush. You just can't even see it. All right, anyway. So we're going to go back through the Karen Reed trial because I didn't see every minute of it, but I saw enough of it to know that I think it's a real problem. And Tug and I really want to go over it and start with the pretrial stuff, which I started watching. And oh my God, it's bad, you guys. It starts out bad and it just gets worse and worse and worse. Don't forget, if you can't send super chats or Rumble rants, you can always go to Cash App, Venmo, or PayPal, which is running across the bottom of the screen to send tips to support the show. Today, we are going to be talking about, unfortunately, we're going to be talking about Laura Owens and the machinations that she's been up to. She is still calling the police on Clayton, Greg, and Mike, if you can believe that. This woman is under investigation by the county attorney for perjury and evidence tampering, and she is still calling the police, which I believe are false police calls. False police calls, and that's a crime in Arizona. It's a crime everywhere to file false police reports. So I want to go to the Justice for Clayton Wiki page, which has like freaking absolutely everything. The people who do this are unbelievable. It's so good. Wait, no, not that. There. All right. There have been some new police reports that have dropped. Is that fuzzy to you? Huh. No. Okay, I just have to make it bigger. All right, good. All right, check this out. Laura Owens police reports and 911 calls. So these just keep getting added. Now, let me just tell you, by the way, I asked, was it Phoenix Police? I think it was Phoenix Police because that's where the courthouse was. You guys know that I asked for the Phoenix 911 call that her attorney, David Gingras, made on June 10th. They told me that they are backed up 2 years on body cam footage and many months on getting 911 calls back. So I still haven't, I paid them, but I haven't heard from them, and nobody seems to have that one yet. So just so you know, these things come trickling in. They've been asked for months ago, and then they finally come in. So there's a bunch of new police reports, etc., that we haven't even seen yet. So let's go to the most recent one first, and then we're going to go back over Laura's history, calling the police frivolously, if you ask me, in my opinion, frivolously calling the police. And even if she's not using 911, let's say she's calling the non-emergency number, She is still taking up police resources that can be used by actual victims. So that bothers me. All right. 6:11. Laura calls the Scottsdale police, claiming that she's being harassed by all three of her exes. I hate calling them her exes because are they really? No, they're not exes. This is a transcript. We do have the phone call. Let's actually hear the phone call. Hold on, I've got it here. Let's see, did I retweet it? I thought that was the phone call. The phone call is on Clayton's Justice Twitter. Let me grab the phone call. I have the transcript, but here it is. This is insane. Total insanity. And by the way, I love how every time this woman calls the police, it sounds like she's ordering Chinese takeout. This happened the day after the trial, you guys.
That's the police. This is Riley. Hi, I'm calling to report violations of multiple restraining orders. Okay. What was the address that this took place at? It actually took place online. Okay. Do you have a one of them? Address? Yeah, I do. And one of them actually was at the Northeast Courthouse. So do you want that address or do you want mine? We'll just go with yours and then I'll have the information. What's your address? And what is your name? Laura Owens. And what's a good telephone number for you?
Oh my God, how long is this telephone number?
Okay, and how long ago did this take place? Yesterday and the day before yesterday.
Wait a minute. It's an emergency, but it happened yesterday and the day before yesterday? Several days ago? What, lady? What are you smoking? At this point, it should be, no, we're sorry, goodbye. This is not an emergency, goodbye.
And who was it that you have the order against? So I have the order against, I have an order against 2 men in Arizona and 1 in California. They were all together and kind of coordinated. It's kind of complicated.
It's complicated, all right. Multiple victims are coordinated to expose her fraud. Yeah, that happens. That will happen eventually. Your sins shall find you out.
Do you want the men's names? Yeah, if I could get them. Yeah, absolutely. So it's the first one is Gregory Gillespie. How you spell the last name? Gillespie. Do you have his date of birth by chance?
Doesn't even know
the order. So I'm just.
He was the love of your life, and you don't even know his last name. I mean, last name. Okay, my head is foggy. I'm on cold medicine. I just had a Carrie Underwood lyrics mix up. I don't even know my last name. No. She doesn't even know his birthday? I thought she was going to marry Greg and have kids with him down the road. I thought they had a real friend-lover vibe. You know?
I think that has it on it. Okay, and the second subject? Clayton. And the last name is Echard. Do you have that date of birth?
She doesn't know Clayton's date of birth either. I thought these were serious relationships, Laura, but you don't even know his birthday. Lauren, yes, hello, police. I would like to report that my ex went to court at the same time as me, and he snickered when I perjured myself. How dare he? How dare you, sir? How dare you? I know, she went on 3 dates with 3 dates with Greg. 1 date with Clayton. No wonder she doesn't know their birthdays.
And their order of protections that you have against them?
Yes, I have orders of protection against those two.
Okay. All right, Laura, what I'm going to do is have an officer give you a call to talk to
Oh,
you.
and then there's one more.
But there's another one.
There's-
Wait, there's more. She's like the ShamWow guy. But wait, there's more. Oh my God. Holy crap, lady. The 911 operator is probably like a third one? There's a third restraining order? You have 3 men who you've restrained for some reason?
I'm sorry about that.
Okay.
The other one's actually, yeah, it's a California order. I got the order in California.
Lauren, me too. I've had longer, more serious relationships with a lot of different food, to tell you the truth. That can be seen over my my weight gain over time. It should show you that I've had very serious relationships with food. For me, it's more of the, although I do like a good pot roast, it's the fried chicken that gets me every time. In fact, I have not made my grandmother's fried chicken in so long because once I start eating it, I can't stop. I could give up cake all day long. I heard you talking about cake the other night. You know, you like to eat cake when there's hurricanes. I don't like cake. My cake is fried chicken. That's my downside. That's my my downfall. Yeah, Lauren, Brad traumatized me as well with that. I heard that. Yeah, he's grounded. He may not be able to make an appearance here for a while until I put that out of my mind. Damn, son, did you have to say that? AKA the cat lady, thanks for the 2. Look up Michael Morrissey hostage video. Okay. Hold on, I have to write that down. Well, maybe I should just Google it because I don't know what that means. Morrissey hostage video. Is this going to be like some ISIS thing I don't want to see? Oh, Michael Morrissey. You mean the prosecutor? Yeah, we not the DA. We in Boston. Tug and I played that video the other night. I think it was Tuesday night. And terrible what that guy did. Oh no, you don't. Oh no, you don't. Not after that terrible joke. You're grounded.
What?
You're grounded. I heard that this morning and I was like, oh no, he didn't. And you're not repeating it here. If none of you know,
I didn't say anything.
He's traumatized all of us about roast beef, and I'm not having that conversation with you anymore.
I wasn't anticipating having it.
Well, now you know all the women in the audience are completely offended. Offended, Brad. Offended.
I was asked about what terms.
Don't even start. We are not going. We are too early in the show.
Blame them for asking the question.
I have the monetization on, Brad. Oh, by the way, Brad, I have a job for you.
No.
Look,
you can't ground me and then give me work to do.
Look, I got the thing.
Oh, cool.
You have to walk me through it because Mr. Fox does not have any time to do anything. So you're going to have to walk me through taking the screws off the laptop and all the other crap. Won't that be funny? We should live stream it.
Yeah, monetize that.
Me putting memory cards in my daughter's laptop. And then guess what? You get to help me do it to the other laptop, except not the memory cards. You have to help me wipe it for my son.
Oh, okay.
Aren't you happy about that? That's your penance for that awful roast beef joke. T. Underwood, thanks to the 10. I can't get over the fact that she called on Clayton violating an OOP since it was Clayton's court session where she was the respondent. Oh, I know. We're not even done. Oh, we got to go back. We got to go. Wait, no. There we go. Then again, Brad is grounded, so maybe I should just cut him out of the picture.
Rude.
Arizona, but I was told by San Francisco police to contact you guys.
Oh, wait a minute. She called San Francisco police. Did anybody get the San Francisco call? Anybody FOIA that?
So.
All right, I got to get my notebook out here. We may have to take notes, Brad. There are things that we may have to do. Although I hate San Francisco FOIA. San Francisco FOIA is one of the worst in the country. They make you give them your driver's license. Like, literally, they make you give them your driver's license. I've never heard of anything so stupid in all my life. San Francisco 911 call or police report. I wonder if she did that the same day or the day before. What would you guess? I'm just going to say anytime between 6/1 and 6/11. That's how I would write it. Okay.
Yeah.
No, David Woodmansey, you put your dirty money away. You stop it. I don't care how much money you send. I will not allow Brad to expound on the roast beef controversy. Nope. Sorry.
If you want to know, go watch Lauren's live stream from last night.
Right. You're going to watch it there, but we will not be repeating that here. All right.
So that man's name is Michael, and then I can spell the last name. It's MarraCCINI.
Oh, what's Michael's date of birth? Okay, what I'm going to do is have an officer, like I said, give you a call to talk to you about making a report. It may show up as a blocked or restricted number when they call you, so just for the time being, make sure you answer any phone calls you receive until you hear from us, okay?
Okay, sounds good. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. You have a good rest of your day.
Okay, sounds good. Can I have an order of spring rolls with that too?
Okay, you too. Bye.
Have a great day. Okay. So she's calling to report. One, again, let's get the Instagram post up that she's actually reporting, because maybe that's for some context here. I don't have it ready to go, but it's here somewhere. What? Stop it. Rogue Mama said, thanks to the two, says Clayton is not an ex. No dates, it was a hookup. That is true. Unhung Hero, thanks to the 5. At least Lauren can always get a job at Arby's. They've got the meats.
Euphemisms are great.
If you want to hear the joke, you have to go on Lauren's live stream, because I am not allowing it here. Oh, no, I'm not allowing that dirty, disgusting joke on this channel. Oh, no. No. That misogynistic, anti-female grossness.
It was not.
Oh, yes, it is. Gross. Brad, I'm disappointed in you. I'm so disappointed.
Did you hear the follow-up one?
I think I started gagging and I had to run away from the phone. I mean, I heard Lauren say you just made her less gay.
You're making more money now. Don't even.
David Woodmansey, thanks for the dirty roast beef money. Dang it. Now you're making me tell the jokes. That's not okay. It's not okay. Brad's euphemisms were more effective than a conversion case. Lauren is never going to want to touch lady bits ever again. And it's all your fault. Lauren, maybe we should tell the conversion camps about this joke. I'll post your roast beef. Did you ever, Ryan says, did you ever read your PayPal message? Oh my God, I did. And I forgot totally to say, I think maybe I haven't been live since then. Wait,
it's been a while.
It's been a while because I got so sick on Thursday. And here, you know what's terrible? I thought I was hungover at first because I had pulled out the wine for the first time since the margarita incident. And I overdid it a little, not a lot, a little. overdid it to the point where I almost fell asleep on the porch.
Oh, no.
but no big deal, like no big deal. I was in the enclosed porch, not the outside one where I would have been eaten alive by bears or something. But no, when I woke up in the morning, my throat was so dry and it hurt really bad. And I just thought, oh no, I didn't drink enough water and I'm dehydrated. That's why my throat hurts. And then, 2 hours later, after drinking all the water and having some tea, I realized, oh no, now my head's filling up. Now I'm sick. And so I got really sick. It wasn't just the wine flu, unfortunately.
My wife was down for the count for 2 days last week.
Who was down for the count?
My wife.
Oh, yeah, I heard about that. Did she have the same kind of thing, like a head cold? Because that's what I have.
I don't know what it was specifically, but my son has had a runny nose for a long time, and we didn't really think too much of it because kids get runny noses. It's happens. And then what was it? Tuesday, she started getting headache and whatnot, and then Wednesday and Thursday she stayed home in bed, and she was just like, "I'm done. Like I'm not getting up. I'm not going anywhere."
Yeah, I was actually okay for 2 days. Like Thursday, Friday, I was struggling along. And then Saturday, I was still going about my business. But yesterday, I got up and I went right back to bed. And I stayed there all day. I had a horrible headache. The sinus headache is intense. Okay, Ryan sent me a PayPal just as I ended the last stream. So I got it and I responded to him on PayPal, but I wasn't able to read it. But he said, I'm usually on the rewatch crew, but I'm enjoying you live for the first time in a while. Do you mind if I shout out my wife's art business? I never mind. And this is so cool. Wild at Heart, and that's HART. Wild at Heart Studios does commissioned pet portraits that make an amazing gift for a loved one. You can see some examples at wildheartstudios.com. P.S. Heart is spelled that way on purpose. It's an old word that means a red deer. Cool, huh?
Yeah.
So thanks for the 10, Rylan. Oh, not Ryan. I said Ryan, and it's Rylan. Thank you, Rylan. So Wild Heart Studios.com, HART. Check it out. All right. All right. I'm still looking for Clayton's Instagram. All right. Let's see. Did anybody see this? Is he in bed with a wig? Hold on. Or a woman? Is that
I think that was the big controversy is, does he have a new boo, or is he just joking?
I know those influencers that like to stoop to that incredibly low level of taunting us with their soft launch videos. And well, I'm certainly no exception. So say hello to Mary Ruth's Liquid Nighttime Multi-Mineral, a liquid concoction of vitamins and minerals meant to promote
What the hell? Is this a commercial?
Yes, it is.
All right. So that was probably just a friend. All right. Anyway, let's, I wasn't here to look at this. I wanted to see the thing she called, this is what she called the cops about. Now, watch this sweet video. Oh, this makes me so mad.
So you keep us in your thoughts and prayers as we enter into tomorrow's court hearing.
He wants people to pray for them. Please pray for us as we go into tomorrow's court hearing.
We hope that justice is served and that this individual is referred to the DA for prosecution so that a future victim doesn't have to go through what we went through the last few years. Hello, everyone.
That's it. That is what she called. That's what we just heard that police call. That's why she called the cops. Pornstash Eckert. It was an unbrushed wig. I almost said that. I missed the joke. Thanks, Clayton. I'm gay again.
What?
She was just picturing what it would be like to be in bed with a man after that, and she was like, "No, thank you. No."
She sees all the hair right there, and she's like, "Nope, I'm good.
No, I'm good. I'm good." Oh, yeah. I think it was a wig. It was too still to be a real person. I agree. I think somebody just threw a wig in bed next to him. Although he did say that he was on that interview that I still haven't watched with Steve. I still haven't watched the whole thing. He did say that he had been dating. And I'm shocked by that. I'm shocked that he like put himself out there again, but he had to like break it off with her because she didn't want to deal with all this craziness.
Well, it was
Like,
even weird. It was weirder because it was in the immediate aftermath of Laura, and it's like a couple weeks later, he's on a date with a short-term date with a woman, and then he's like trying to hold off telling her about the stuff going on with Laura, and then he finally had to tell her, and then she's like, "Yeah, no, we're not gonna."
Yeah. And that's sad. Like, cause he was really into her, and I guess she was into him, and he had to tell her about it. And she was like, yeah, I'd rather not. I'd rather not have anything to do with any of this, you know,
Right.
which you can't blame her because at the time it's like, well, how do I know that this guy isn't just a total scumbag? You know, it's being written about in the Sun and, you know, all this other stuff. I think I saw my sister in the chat. Hey, Stephanie, how you doing? Pay no attention to the roast beef talk. Oh, Stephanie, is Ben out of his mind that the Ravens got Tay Diggs? Are you guys, is he dying? He must be. Diggs got traded to the Ravens. Didn't he?
He was already with the Ravens.
No, he was with the Bills. He was with the Bills.
Stephon Diggs to the Texans. No, that was
Texans?
earlier.
All right, then my son was wrong. He told me Ravens. He went to the Texans. Oh, okay. That I didn't know.
Because that's from April of this year.
I know it was old news. I know, but my son told me today that it was Ravens, and I was like, that's my brother-in-law's team. He loves the Ravens, and I thought he would go right out of his mind. Anyway, okay, he's with the Texans. Never mind. I know. I heard that you guys were running all over the place in New England. It sounded like a lot of fun, and my niece just got back from Europe, so I can't wait to hear about that.
What can you tell us?
He went to Maryland, so if he went to the Ravens, it wouldn't be that big of a shocker.
Wait, what do you mean he went to Maryland?
The University of Maryland.
Oh, he went to University of Maryland. Gotcha.
And his birthplace is Gaithersburg, so he's probably.
Okay, I don't know why my son thought Ravens, but that's what he told me this morning. Anyway, we were sorry to lose him in New York. That's for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. So let's go back to the police stuff, because we know she has called the police on this Instagram video. Now, I don't know what you guys think, but I think this is it is a total misuse and abuse of the police to make this report.
Oh, absolutely.
What the hell is prosecutable about this? They didn't say her name. Who cares if they have restraining orders? The police call, Stephanie, was made on June 11th, the day after the trial.
Yeah.
The day after the trial. Did you miss the phone call we just heard? In fact, I kind of want to hear it again in case, and I want Stephanie to hear this because she knows, about false calls. Stephanie, listen to this call. This is Laura calling the cops on those 3 men for that video and also for being at court.
Police, this is Riley.
Hi, I'm calling to report violations of multiple restraining orders.
Okay. What was the address that this took place at?
It actually took place online.
Do you have a
one of
Scottsdale
them,
address?
yeah, I do. And one of them actually was at the Northeast Courthouse. So do you want that address or do you want mine?
We'll just go with yours and then I'll have the information. What's your address? And what is your name?
Laura Owens.
And what's a good telephone number for you? Okay, and how long ago did this take place?
Yesterday and the day before yesterday.
And who was it that you have the order against?
So I have the order against. I have an order against 2 men in Arizona and 1 in California, and they were all together and kind of coordinated. It's kind of complicated. Do you want the men's names?
Yeah, if I could get them.
Yeah, absolutely. So it's the first one is Gregory Gillespie.
Say spell the last name.
Gillespie.
Do you have his date of birth by chance?
Let me see. I have the order, so I'm guessing that has it on it.
Okay, and the second subject?
Clayton. And the last name is Echard.
Do you have that date of birth? And their order of protections that you have against them?
Yes, I have orders of protection against those 2.
Stephanie, I hate everything about this call. She is just indefatigable. Indefatigable.
That's a word.
I never can say that correctly. Is it indefatigable or indefatigable? I don't know. When will she stop her? It means she never tires. When will she stop harassing people like this? What is that thing that she does in the back of her throat? Well, you could ask Clayton that. Stop it. Stop it. She does this. She does this. Indefatigable. Okay. Stephanie says it's indefatigable. Yeah, look fat. look fat. Where's my look fat button? There it is.
Look, fat. Look, here's the deal.
Look fat. God, what are we going to do that now that my favorite president has removed himself from the race? I'm really going to miss this kind of stuff. Wait, where is it? I'm going to really miss Joe Biden.
America is a nation that can be defined in a single word. I was going to put him in.
He was trying to say indefatigable.
Yeah.
All right, Stephanie, we're almost done.
Okay. All right, Laura, what I'm going to do is have an officer give you a call to talk to
Oh,
you.
and then there's one more.
Oh, there's
one.
There's
I'm sorry about that.
There's
the other
more.
one actually. Yeah, it's a California order. I got the order in California and moved to Arizona, but I was told by San Francisco police to contact you guys.
Mm-hmm.
So that man's name is Michael, and then I can spell the last name. It's MarrAccini.
And what's Michael's date of birth?
I think Laura's going for the record for most restraining orders on anyone.
Like I said, give you a call to talk to you about making a report. It may show up as a blocked or restricted number when they call you. So
all right, so that's that. She called the police on an Instagram video of her 3 victims saying, "Please pray that we get justice." Good God. I think that, yes, the operators are always like WTF when she calls, because she calls literally all the time. And to prove my point, let's go back to Justice for Clayton, the wiki, and go back to the police reports page, and let's look at how many times she has called the police. Now, let's go over Laura's use of the police system for her. 7/1 of 21. Laura calls the Scottsdale Police Department stating she's being harassed by Sean of Lone Cactus Construction. Now, I actually have that open. Let's see. I have it open on another page. That's the Gillespie one. Here it is. Okay. So let's go over here. All right. All right, here we go. 7-1. LOI search completed at 7:01. I don't know what that means. Contractor harassed RP, which is reporting party. She says trespassed on property, stole items, occurred last week. I called reporting party and left voicemail to call back. Reporting party did not call back. Okay. Then there's follow-up after that. On the same day, RP is now available. So, they have these police officers running around trying to catch up with Laura when she's available because she doesn't call back or answer the phone after she's called. She does this a lot, by the way, where she calls and they say an officer will be calling you back, and then she doesn't pick up the phone. You'll see this go on until they're chasing her down.
Right.
Don't forget to hit that like button since there are 666 of you here right now. If you're going to curse me with devil numbers, at least hit the like button, okay? Slap the like button, just like Laura likes to slap false police reports on people. Just slap the hell out of that like button. Do it now. Oh, sure. 20 people dropped out. So, or no, they went the other way. I can't count today. My brain is not working, Brad. All right. So RP now available, cross-reference to event. Here's the other number. Reference contractor harassment. I wonder, is this the same guy she sued, Brad?
I imagine.
Yeah, probably. All right. So after that one, let's go back to the wiki. After that, we have a contact report about alleged harassment from the same guy. All right. Do I have that one open? Let's see if I do. Should be this one. Oh, yeah. No, I didn't open that one. I got bored with the contractor. This would be, then after that, we have the first call about Greg Gillespie. No, wait, I'm sorry. There's more. I forgot to open these. Hold on.
Wait, there's more.
But wait, there's more. All right, here we go. Here it is. All right, so on July 1st, we have a narrative. I contacted Laura Owens in reference a harassment call with her contractor, Sean Roanhorse. Laura informed me that Sean was doing some work for her on her horse property and was harassing her over some issues with payment. And there were issues over things being criminally damaged. Laura also mentioned that Sean had been at her residence and she had asked to leave multiple times and he refused to do so. This had occurred within the last week. I provided Laura with information on gathering an injunction against harassment against Sean and to take him to civil court over damages and payment issues. Laura stated that she would send me photos of the damages to her property, but I have not received those from her. Okay. And we did read through that lawsuit, and, it's hard to tell who was in the wrong there. But I kind of doubt that it was the contractor. I don't know. Then there's Laura contacts the Scottsdale PD on 8/13 of 21, accusing Sean of stealing from her. Okay. So this is another one. Here we go. So on 8/13, there is an investigation going on with redacted. RP needs to come out here as part of the investigation, ? And do some type of investigation, determine what is public, private. From previous history, Owens is accusing contractor of stealing items. It would be Owens' client and some type of investigator. She sent threatening message to Owens. And Owens wants standby. I don't know what that means. Resident is Laura Owens at the casita behind her parents' house. Okay.
I don't know what LOI is. I tried searching for whatever that could stand for, but it's coming up odd. But you would think that if you're having issues with a contractor at the, beginning of July, you wouldn't continue to be using them in the middle of August.
Well, according to her lawsuit, she said that, I don't know, she was trying to work out. I don't even remember, but it was because the work was half done and he kept changing when it was going to be done. And she was, I guess her story is she was trying to let him do it, but it didn't make sense to me. All right, so now we have the first call to the police about Gregory Gillespie. September 27th of 2023. Victim synopsis. On 9/27, Laura Owens called to report that Gregory S. Gillespie violated an order of protection. Oh, wait, that's not the first one. I got them backwards. Hold on, we have to go to the first one. I have too many of them open at the same time. All right, here we go. Here's the first call. 8:24. Intimidation and threatening from X in 21. OCC 2 weeks ago. I don't know what OCC means. Another threat the other night, also needs a DV charge, domestic violence charge. Ex-boyfriend Gillespie Greg, who went on 3 dates with her, now talking about fraud coercion. Per search completed 8/24. Based on what Owens told me, there were no threats, nor was there harassment in the text messages. I advised she consider an OOP if she would like for the subject to stop contacting her. Now, let me ask you a question. Chat, Brad, why would it be appropriate to get a restraining order against a man who the police say did not harass her or threaten her in any way in these text messages?
It really doesn't make sense. And because if the police made the determination that from the evidence that she provided, and we went over all of this stuff last night, we're like, because those texts are doctored, and we have the court records where Greg submitted the full transcript of the conversations to show where she's edited stuff out to send to the police. And Lauren and other folks in the community were pointed that out. And it's wild that even after she's made these edits, she still looks like she's the bad person. And if the police agreed that it wasn't coercion, and in the best light possible, it still looks worse on her, how in the world was she able to get the order of protection from Judge Judy, no less?
Well, Judge Judy is a disgrace. I'm sorry, but that guy doesn't pay attention to anything. Nothing. Like literally nothing. All right, so what's the next thing? Laura on 8/20, there we got that one. Laura calls Scottsdale PD claiming Greg is tracking her through spyware on her computer. Now, this is the paranoid delusions of someone who has serious problems. I know Lauren keeps saying she's not crazy, but dude, this is like Mel Gibson levels of conspiracy in that movie. You know, the guy with of course, his conspiracy ended up being true, but I mean, with the multiple locks and the tinfoil and all the. On 11/1/2021 at approximately 17:14 hours, I was dispatched an info call from redacted call comments that Owens says she is being tracked by an ex-boyfriend through spyware on her computer. I need mystery music. I don't think I have any, but this'll do. All right. I called Owens, and she stated she had recently broken up with Gregory Gillespie. Owens believed Gillespie was somehow hacking into her laptop as well as her smartwatch. This is the first time I've heard about the smartwatch, since both had recently been acting up. She had received messages in WhatsApp from an unknown number. Do you know how many times I get messages in WhatsApp from unknown numbers? Like literally every day. All the time. It's like spam, and you just delete it and move on.
Or you'd be like me and mess with them.
Well, you could do that too. From an unknown number that referenced ruining her life and destroying her podcast, which was contained on the laptop. Now, by the way, please recall that Laura Owens published her own phone number on her podcast website so any crackpot can call her or WhatsApp her if they don't like her show or whatever? That would be like me publishing my cell phone number on YouTube or something and then being like, Brad is stalking me using a WhatsApp number. I'm sure that it's Brad.
No, it's because TeamViewer is on your phone.
Right. Well, yeah, I guess I did give Brad access to my devices, so it would make sense. WhatsApp from a destroy, which was contained on the laptop. She was able to recover all the data from the laptop, so she was not affected by the issues to her devices. Owens did not know how Gillespie was doing this, nor did she have any proof it was Gillespie doing it, but she stated she believed it was him, because that's important. Owens told me she was in civil litigation with Gillespie, and that was still ongoing. I then called Gillespie, who stated Owens repeatedly accused him of things he did not know and could not have done. Gillespie also acknowledged their ongoing civil litigation and stated he was not tampering with her devices in any way. This concluded my involvement in the matter. Good Lord.
LOI might be location of interest. That one sounds like it fits.
Oh, yeah, that does make more sense. Okay, so in my opinion, this is another total waste of police resources. They have somebody investigating, spending his time, calling Greg Gillespie to be like, are you stalking this woman through a spyware on her laptop or something? Like, don't the Scottsdale police have better things to do than this? Like, honestly, what is the crime rate? Scottsdale crime rate 2021. What's going on in 2021? Crime overview. Here we go. 8,000 crimes. That's
to date.
Wow. What in 2021?
Oh.
They had 8,000 crimes in 2021 that they had to deal with. 8,000. With a clearance rate of only 25%. You know why the clearance rate is only 25%? Because Laura Owens is tying up the phone lines, and like, we're laughing, but it's not fucking funny. Rachel Mitchell needs to prosecute this woman for falsely using the police and tying up taxpayer resources. Can the taxpayers of Scottsdale press charges against this woman? Like, honest to God, don't you have if you live in Scottsdale, don't you have an interest in your police resources not being used like this so that your property taxes don't have to go up I bet Laura Owens herself is responsible for at least a 2% property tax hike in Scottsdale based on her usage of the police resources alone.
Their clearance rate could go from 25% to 33% if Laura Owens would stop.
Yes. And crime compared to 2020 was up 17% in Scottsdale. 17%. Maybe because Laura Owens started calling the police every goddamn day for this stupid shit. Oh my God, look at this trend. Look at this trend. This is funny. So you will notice that the calls that Laura Owens starts making are in 2021. Let's look. Look, here's crime in Scottsdale 2017, 2018, 2019, 2020. And look at 2021. It skyrockets. It literally skyrockets. And this is because Laura is taking up all the police resources in Scottsdale. Look at this. And let's look at what went up. Oh my God, forcible grape went way up. Aggravated assaults, way up. Look at, and these are so the blue is the number of offenses and the orange is the total offenses cleared. So only about, it looks like, how many cleared? 185 aggravated assaults cleared out of 324. 994 other assaults cleared out of 1,643. Those are terrible, terrible numbers. And look at this, crimes against property. Larceny and theft, they hardly ever solve those. Burglary, they hardly ever solve those. You know why? Laura Owens is tying up the damn phone line. She's tying up the entire police force of Scottsdale. So meanwhile, all you burglars out there, go and burgle in Scottsdale because Laura Owens will keep the police busy for you. This is unbelievable.
It's great.
Crimes against society? That's what they call drug offenses? I think that should just be called a crime against yourself. Because that's who you're hurting, unless you're selling it to kids. Weapons law violations. Oh, they clear a lot more of those. Look how seriously they take those. 255 cleared, 219. They're right on top of those. And also animal cruelty. And it looks like they're on the drugs too. They can't figure out who burgled you, but they will get you for drugs. God, this pisses me off. Now I'm going to go libertarian on you in a minute. This really, look at how they don't protect your property. Look at this. Nobody is out there looking for your property rights, but God forbid you should do some drugs. You are going to prison. You are going to prison in Scottsdale. Rachel Mitchell, you need to get your priorities in order, because these people over here, drug equipment violations, narcotics violations, like, just let them kill themselves with drugs, okay? Do we need to lock them up?
You got to think about it, though. Like, if they find someone with drugs, they already have them. So they're going to be prosecuted a lot easier than somebody broke into my house and stole some shit. It's like, okay, well, do you have cameras? Well, maybe. Can your cameras see anything? Probably not, because they were made in the 1980s on VCRs. And then, were they wearing black masks?
I still think we need to take property theft a lot more seriously than drug offenses, okay?
I mean, I get it. Yes, in theory, I agree. But if
You're
they
right.
stole
It's
stuff
easier
and left,
to prosecute. I know. But maybe if we didn't have all these police and narcotics dedicating their time to this shit, they could dedicate more time to this shit. Because this, to me, is more damaging than people killing themselves on drugs. You want to go after drug dealers? Fine. But people using drugs, just enough. Give up already. It's not working. All right. So these are interesting stats, guys. This one in particular. In 2021, Scottsdale had a lot more crime and a lot harder time closing cases. And I don't think it's coincidental at all that in that same time period, Laura Owens moved to Scottsdale and started calling the police every damn day almost.
Do we know when she moved to Scottsdale?
No, but it had to have been in 2021. How much you want to bet? Because there are no records of her calling before that. So she had to, and there have to be records of her calling the police in San Francisco before 2021. That's my guess. Well, when did she date Maricini? Because that's when she lived there.
End of 2017 is when it ended. So between 2018 and 2020.
Yeah, I'm thinking she moved in 2021. Okay. All right, let's go to the next one, shall we? Where were we? Spyware. Laura receives a text message and calls the police. Okay. Yeah, that seems legit. Sure. Let's go share this.
Although,
do you like my new video background?
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Is it annoying you? It's kind of annoying me, but flashing. I don't know. I just thought it would be more interesting than usual.
But I will give credit to Laura. One of the worst things in IT security is the possibility that you can send someone a text message and have them not open the message and still break into the device. It is a thing, and it's generally reserved to government actors. You've heard about it. The Pegasus group, based out of Israel, was using it to track journalists and whatnot in the Middle East. But it's just wild.
Look at this. In early 2021, Laura Owens, along with her parents, relocated to Scottsdale, Arizona. I knew it.
Yeah.
I knew it. You can tell. You can tell by the police calls. All right, let's look at this one, shall we? 11/06/2021, being harassed by ex-boyfriend. Got a text message from a 21, I guess, does that mean number? She didn't recognize, and it was his cousin's best friend. LOI search completed. RP going to bed. Laura's like, I'm going to bed. Can you call me later? would like a 21 at 0700 tomorrow morning. Oh, so the police are literally doing her bidding. So if at 7 in the morning they have something else to go do, they can't, because someone has to call this bitch back because she was sleeping when they were available. She's like, I need my beauty rest. So can you call me back? It's such an emergency that I can't talk to you about it until 7 a.m. tomorrow morning. Event held for 602 minutes? What does that mean? Brad, anything? 602 minutes? How many hours is that?
10 hours in 2 minutes.
What the hell kind of event is that? What are we talking about? Anybody have a clue? I don't know. 602. I don't know.
Maybe they kept it open for 10 hours and then closed it.
Cross-reference to event number this on 11/6. Location of interest search completed. Called 2 times. Left voicemail message at 7:25 a.m. when she said she would be available to talk. Called 2 times. So now you have a police officer wasting his time calling her 2 times and she doesn't answer the freaking phone.
It's 7:30 in the morning.
She said she was available. She said, call me at 7. 7:30 is still acceptable. Event closed. It doesn't look like they got to talk to her. Oh my God, this woman. I cannot handle it. And this was because of a text message. Okay. Wait, are we done? No, now we are field interview from harassment claim. Okay, let's open that. Oh, this is on 11/7. On 11/7, Laura Owens called PD to report ongoing harassment. There have been previous reports between her and Gregory Gillespie, her ex-boyfriend. There are former field contacts about him using spyware on her computer and harassing her. Let me talk to you about this, by the way, folks. Do you see this? There are former field contacts about him using spyware on her computer. Now, let me tell you what she has done. She has now created a record on Gregory Gillespie, even though it was total bullshit. And if you go back to this former field contact, you will see that the police decided there was nothing harassing in the text messages and that there was no evidence that he was spying on her computer. So in essence, the report was bullshit, but the report stays in the system. Now, when I was writing Shut Up, The Bizarre War, I'm in a different office now, so none of my books are available. But when I wrote Shut Up, The Bizarre War that, Brad has it. Look at you. The Bizarre War that one public library waged against the First Amendment. Please pick it up on Amazon. I wrote an entire chapter in there about creating a record. This is a tactic that people do, and there's the other one, believe evidence. This is a tactic that bad people do when they want to destroy the reputation of someone they're in a fight with. They will go to the police to build a record. It is a very well-known tactic. And what build a record means is you just call the police over and over again, naming one person over and over again. And it doesn't matter if the records are bullshit. They did this to me in Orland Park. The library did. They would continually call the police and they would use my name and say that I did such and such and such. Nothing came of it. The police never did anything about any of it because it was all bullshit. All of it. But what they did was they created over 11 reports with my name on it at the police department so that anytime anybody looked anything up about me, there's 11 police reports on her. Mm-hmm. Greg Gillespie probably has 25.
Yeah.
So when his name comes up in the system, he looks like he has a rap sheet.
In addition,
go ahead.
She used those police records in court against Clayton because she said my ex Greg has a record of hacking my phone. Whether it's true or not, she then can make that statement in court, even though the veracity of that claim is dubious at best.
and say that there's a record of it with the police, because there is, even though the police record is it, there was no, the investigation showed it was baseless. And there should be a way to get these things taken out of the record and off your name when it's proven that it's bullshit. They should have to clear it out of the system so that you are not implicated and have police treating you badly right from the beginning because they see 25 records with your name on it. Don't tell me that Greg Gillespie is not in danger when he gets pulled over by the police, when they run his license plate and a bunch of hits come up. Don't tell me they're not walking to his car with their hand on their gun when they see DV and they see all this other shit. Of course they do. He is in bigger danger from police violence because of what she did. Just like I was in danger of being harassed by police in Orland because of what those fuckers did at the library to me. My children were in danger. I was in danger because every time I used to have police follow me around Orland Park. It was disgusting. They were intimidating me on purpose. I was pregnant. I was 8 months pregnant, and these people were following me around, harassing me. Cops. Yeah, it was a terrible time. And this is what they do. And God forbid, because I was going after the police chief, which is never smart, especially when you live somewhere. Don't do that. I don't recommend it. I was writing articles on the police chief and his collusion with the library and his corruption. And then when you do that, get ready to be followed by his goons, because that's what they do. But in this particular situation, it's not the police's fault that they are wary of Greg Gillespie. It's Laura Owens' fault, because she has falsely used the police to create bullshit records on Greg Gillespie so that every time he's pulled over or every time his name comes up, they immediately think he's guilty of something. Today, she wants to report that she received a text from an unknown number of her ex's cousin who is pregnant. Wait a minute. If the text is from an unknown number, then how does she know if it's the cousin?
Yeah, it doesn't make sense.
She thinks the photo has to do with their former pregnancy, which was aborted, but she cannot prove it. She needs it documented for civil court. She's admitting here that she wants to use this record in a civil matter. See, at this point, any good police officer should tell her, go fuck yourself, fight your own battles in civil court. We're not going to do it for you. Mm-hmm. This is ridiculous. And they should be reporting this to Rachel Mitchell. The police should be reporting this to the county attorney and say, we think this woman is trying to use us and use the police to win a civil case.
Mm-hmm.
This is so... I'm so angry. I'm very angry for Greg. I'm very angry. Greg did not deserve any of this. Greg is a super nice guy, by the way. So is his wife. They have a beautiful baby and a beautiful life, and he didn't deserve any of this. He didn't deserve to have this happen to him. Neither did Clayton, and neither did Michael Maricini. And this has to end. And she is still doing it. I would have thought that after being referred to the county attorney for prosecution, she would have at least gone quiet for a little while. But no, the very next day after court, she picks up the phone and makes another false police report. Unfreaking believable. The balls on this woman. The balls on this woman are bigger than that high jump guy at the Olympics that got hung up on his penis on the thing.
Oh, jeez. I feel
Best
so bad
Olympics
for that dude.
Ever. Oh, God. But did he really lose? If you lose the gold because your penis is too big, I think you just won the entire Olympics. That man is going to be famous forever. And, but this one has bigger balls than him. It's incredible. And those were some big balls. If you got hung up on the high jump by your balls, they're huge.
So I don't want to hear anything about you getting demonetized for that soliloquy you just went on. But
you can't say balls? I can't say balls.
Referring to But going back to the Laura thing, expecting her to be quiet when it took her 19 days to write her first blog post after the trial. Because she wrote it after the the decision came out on the 18th. So she called the police and then waited for the judgment in order to do anything.
Yeah. Right. Crazy. So Greedy Gambler, thanks for the PayPal. I got the 2. I appreciate it. Says all I got in here. Oh wait, what did I screw up? I'm trying to get to your message. Sometimes there we go. All I got in here, but enjoying the live. Preach it. Send more when I get paid. Hey, the 2 is great. Thank you for that. Do not send me your ramen money. If you do not have money, don't send it. Just hit the like button and subscribe and share. Share the stream. That's really the most important thing. You know, you guys could be doing anything. You could be watching anything else or doing anything else, but you're here with me, and I really appreciate that. Whether or not you can send tips, only send them if you can afford it. Do not spend your grocery money on me. I really appreciate you guys being here. Really do. I've missed you. I have felt so bad that I didn't think I could come on today, but I'm feeling a little bit better. I'm a little feverish though. I gotta tell you, I'm a little feverish. I did use some of my blush that I really like. Where did I get this? Oh, I got it on Amazon. It's this Korean, it's some Korean brand. It's in my favorite things, but it's like a kind of like a, not liquid, but it's not powder. It's moisturizing. See, look how much more color I have when I use this. I mean, now I realize that I kind of look like I'm putting on makeup for Broadway, but I kind of have to when I'm this sick because my face is so pale. But I love this stuff. Oh no, I didn't get this on Amazon, did I? No, I got it at Sephora. I think. Tower? It's called Tower. I really kind of like it. It's a little sticky, but also I like I have to have moisturizing makeup because I'm too old for that. Yeah, it's cream blush. Thank you. It stays on for a while, and I really like that.
You see all this blush? That's laughing incessantly. So
Totally natural. Normally, I'm pinker than this, but I'm very pale with whatever's going on with my sickness. Oh, so I took Hangry to camp this morning. So okay, I have to. Let's talk for a moment about parenting and summertime. So I grew up in the 80s where nobody went to camp. I mean, if you went to camp, it was like a sleepaway camp somewhere in a different state or whatever. Your parents would just ship you off to Virginia or somewhere. But we would just play all summer long in the neighborhood, and there were kids everywhere. And we would be out from the time it was after breakfast until the lights came on. That was the rule. And sometimes even after the lights came on, if we told our parents we're playing ghosts in the graveyard, we'd be out till 10 p.m., which is why they had to put out, or maybe later, which is why they had to put out public service announcements at 10 o'clock. Do you know where your kids are? Because parents would just be like, yeah, whatever. Okay. No cell phones, no nothing. But there was like a neighbor communication chain. So if you weren't at this house, they knew you were at that house, or you were at this house, or, you know, you could call the moms and be like, hey, did you see where they went? And, oh yeah, they're up by the school. I saw them go to the library. You know, everybody kind of kept an eye out for everybody else, and we would be riding bikes all day. But I mean, my parents did not see us all day, and they didn't want to see us. My mom was like, get out and play. And we would be riding bikes, and we'd be building forts, and we would be doing, it was a wonderful, incredible childhood. There was a park right up the street from my house. But I mean, at 7 years old, I was walking my 4-year-old neighbor up across a busy street at Roberts Road and 103rd, across to the White Hen to get, at 7 years old, I would take my 4-year-old neighbor, and we would go up and get ice cream and walk across, and nobody thought anything of this. That's what life was like. And it was lovely. But now, you can't send your kids out to play because there are no children anywhere. The children are not outside. Even when you live in my kids grew up in a neighborhood where there were a lot of homeschooled children. So there were more children around than in a lot of neighborhoods. But even then, they weren't unsupervised. Like you couldn't. I remember trying to get my homeschooled neighbors to let the kids at 9 years old ride their bikes to the library, which was literally 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blocks away. And they could get there on back streets and only have to cross at one light across Wolf Road. And they wouldn't do it. They would not let me. They wouldn't let the kids. And I couldn't let my daughter go by herself because I I felt that was unsafe. It's safer when they go in groups.
Right.
So these days, nobody lets their kids just go out and play. So if you're the parent that lets your kid go out by themselves, you're like you're responsible one, and they're all alone. So now so I'm trying to find friends for Hangry to play with over the summer, but his friends are on vacation or they're in summer camps. Now, these are not summer camps like we used to go to. They're day camps. They go from 9 in the morning till 3 in the afternoon, and the parents and even though a lot of the parents I know are stay-at-home moms, they still send these kids to these day camps where they get, I guess, all this structured play and, swimming and some of them look a lot of fun. But I feel like, wait a minute, school's out and I want to be with my kids and I want my kids around and I want them to hang out and be like, do what they want to do, but also have friends. Like, I don't want to put them in constant structured things. But I learned this summer, it's like, if I don't put him in one of these things, he's going to have no friend time over the summer. So I did. I signed him up for a week and I dropped him off for the first time today. And God, he's almost 10 years old. And Brad, I still can't stand dropping him off.
Yeah.
I don't know why. And I wanted to cry. He seemed a little nervous because he didn't know anybody yet. But he's like, what am I supposed to do? And I'm like, well, go play. They've got all these games set up, like just go play. And so he ran off and I'm sure he's going to have a good time. I hope. But I signed him up for a science camp.
Oh, cool.
So they're supposed to be doing like science experiments, engineering experiments. And then they also have lake time, playtime in the water, and there's a camp store. And anyway, so that's where Hangry is. And I guess I'm feeling I'm missing him. I gotta go.
In the late 90s, and my mom was on subsidized housing and whatnot, so I had to go to childcare during the summer. And so it was, very common to have mom pack up my bike and then drop me off there so I could, they would have time when we're outside and we could all ride our bikes around and whatnot. So it was normal for me to not be at home during the day.
Yeah, I feel like, I guess it's a good thing that there are these day camps and that is a safe way for them to be socializing with a bunch of kids. Because I get, in the 80s, it's true that like right after my childhood was right at the end of, I guess I was about 8 or 9 when the kidnappings started rocking the nation, right? Where there was the Adam Walsh case. And then there was one right by where we were. I don't remember. It was a famous one. And there was Johnny Gosh. There was Adam Walsh. Then I had a situation where someone tried to take my sister right in front of me. Luckily, we were with a group of 12 kids and that didn't work out. But that's when parents started to get really nervous. And then all of a sudden they started reining us back in. And so I guess now people just think it's irresponsible to let your kids run wild because they could be, taken by these sickos. But then again, I don't know. It's hard. It's hard to deal with. And now that we live in rural New York, there are no kids anywhere in this rural where I am. My neighbors are far apart and they're all older with no kids, or their kids are grown. So I have to find something for him to do. Let's just everyone say prayers for Hangry, that it goes well and that he doesn't come home hating it. Yeah, none of us wanted to end up on a milk carton is right.
One of the best things recently, if you don't want to give your kid a phone, is to get them a cellular-enabled smartwatch, because you can still track it in the same way you can a phone, and it'll give them the ability to send text messages and whatnot to folks.
What? Where do I get that?
It's just a cellular Apple Watch, and then...
Oh, the Apple Watch. Oh, well, those are expensive.
No, you can get the base versions cheap. It's
really... Because I mean, me and the girls have them. My dad bought them though. I thought they were like, well, I don't know what he paid for them, but I thought they were a lot. I think they were more than $200.
Well, yeah, they're you're talking $250 to $300, but you can also get the SE version or last year's model and save money that way. But because the Apple Watch SE is $249. the Series 9 starts at $400 or $33
Well, you know
a
what?
month.
I'll
for
just
12
tell my
months.
dad that Hangry can have one, and he'll probably buy one because
Yeah.
he likes to buy them for the kids. That's not a bad idea. I think I will do that because I
Because
don't like
the
him
cool thing about
being
it
away
is
from me.
you get GPS on it, so you can see where the kid is, and then they can send messages to their friends and whatnot without having full internet access from a phone.
You know
And
what
then-
else you can do on these? There is a walkie-talkie.
You can do that
There's a
too.
walkie-talkie app. Me and the girls do it all the time. I love it. All right, let's go back over here. What's the next one we are looking at? We're going back over to the abuse of 911. What's the next one? Okay. Laura contacts the Scottsdale PD claiming that Greg has violated his order of protection. Let's open that. All right, blah, blah, blah. She calls on 2/11/2022. So we've gone through 2021. We are now into 2022.
Yeah, so she got through Christmas and New Year's.
She is called again. She wants to give more information on the violation. The only new information Laura provided from yesterday's CFS was a message that used I instead of he, and she believed it proved that Greg was the sender. I again stated there was no way to tie the conversation to Greg, and the statements made were generic statements that could have come from anybody. And yet, this police report still exists with Greg's name on it that anybody can look up and be like, oh, Gillespie, another one. This guy must be a real problem. I mean, I hate this so much, you guys. In fact, we may write another template to Rachel Mitchell today. You know what I think? I think because we didn't mention this in our letters to Rachel Mitchell before, we cannot let this die down, you guys. She's got to know that there's more stuff here. And I think that we need to do another letter campaign to Rachel Mitchell to bring to her attention the abuse of the police resources by Laura Owens and how much she has abused this system. So that may be coming later today if I have time. I have to leave here at 2:15 though to get hangry on time. Oh, and my car wouldn't start this morning. Thank God that my husband was here and didn't go off to work because I would have not been able to get him to camp. My car just wouldn't start. And nothing got left on. Well, that's what Mr. Fox thinks. He was doing he's got one of those things that measures your battery or whatever. So he thinks it's the battery, but it sure sounded weird to me. Like it was making this weird noise I've never heard before, even when in the doors, it was definitely an electrical problem because the doors wouldn't work. The electric doors wouldn't work. Nothing. It was like completely dead. So maybe it's the battery. He's going to go get a new one at lunch. But that sucked. All right, let's see. What's the next one? Laura calls. Oh, and here we are. So that was 2/11/22. And as far as we know, that's the last call about Greg Gillespie in that era. Now that was February of 2022. Now we go all the way to July of 2023. And this is the first one about Clayton.
6 months later.
6 months later. But there's no telling if there were more in between.
2022 to 2023. That's a year and a half later.
February of 20. Yeah, it's a year and a half. There's no way to tell though yet because there might still be police reports trickling in. But I have a hard time believing she didn't call police for a year and a half. Don't you? Let's see. Come on, download. What's the problem? Open. All right, here we go. But then again, remember how backed up they are? So things keep trickling in. There's new stuff in here all the time. July 31st, 2023. On whatever, at about 13:55 hours, I received a call on the D3SO desk from Laura Owens. She related the following in summary. She is currently out of town. She is pregnant with twins. by her ex, Clayton Eckert, her ex. Oh God, it wasn't even a one-night stand. It was a one-night blow. Oh, I can't even. Recently, he has been sending text messages that she finds concerning. He has expressed his disbelief that she is pregnant with his child, and he has threatened to file fraud charges against her. That's not abuse, by the way. You can threaten to file fraud charges against someone who's defrauding you.
Right.
He has talked about his hatred for her. He also wants her to provide him with contact information for her previous boyfriend. She told me her previous boyfriend tried to kill her. He lives in San Francisco. She did a TED Talk about her previous relationship, and she finds it concerning that Clayton wants to contact him now. She told the cops about the TED Talk. For fuck's sake. She has asked Clayton to tell her that she's safe, but he refuses to do so. Of course, that never happened. I suggested she block his number and apply for a protective order against him. This is always what they say.
Mm-hmm.
Why are they always like, just go get a protective order? It's not our job. Just go get a protective order. Like, just go ruin some guy's life. We can't prove that he did anything wrong, so you should go get a protective order. What is this? She declined to do either, saying she wants to know what he's thinking. Oh my God. Oh my God. I'm being harassed. This guy is dangerous, but I can't get a restraining order because I want to know what he's thinking. What? No. I don't.
And then she eventually got it.
Yeah, she eventually got it. But she wanted to stay in contact with him, remember? She just wanted the restraining order to be for online only, basically restraining his First Amendment right to talk about her, but not to not talk to her.
Because even at this point, in the interview with Reality Steve, Clayton said that she was still pressing during mediations to try and date her. And it's like, we're at a point where dating wouldn't have even been an option, and yet you're still bringing it up.
Oh my God. I suggested she block his number. She declined to do either, saying she wants to know what he's thinking. She asked that our conversation be documented. Again, because she's building a record. This is very, very purposeful. I want you to know that this is an actual tactic. In fact, I did some research on this. I think it's actually prosecutable. I did because they were doing this to me. And where is it? I'm going to have to do some more. I'm going to have to go back and look at my book because it's probably in the book, because I did all this research on it about, the tactics that people use to build a record. And I found some cases where it was brought up in lawsuits that people have done this. This is a form of harassment all on its own, and it's dangerous harassment. This puts these men in danger. I provided her with the report number, and I asked her to send me copies of the concerning text messages to include with this information report. She provided me with Clayton's DOB and his telephone. She wrote, "Thank you so much for taking my report today. I am attaching his threats, hateful messages, and extortion threats." Oh, she's one to talk about extortion. Wow. If I don't hear back from you, I'm going to the media. If I'm having the babies, if I don't hear back from you tonight, I'm suing you for $1.3 million if you don't drop this lawsuit that I brought, as well as all of the pregnancy evidence he was provided and has tried to dispel, as if the cops want her P-tests. The pregnancy zip doesn't need to be opened because it's huge, but I want it on record. Again, building a record. I have agreed to take a paternity test at the lab of his choice, but he has gone MIA and will not reassure me that I am safe from him. Types of contact: harass and threatening. Threats, intimidation, verbal abuse, to whom it may concern. Clayton Eckert is the father of my unborn twins. Oh God. When I told him I was pregnant, is this really like this long-winded ass thing to the cops? Oh, nobody wants to hear this again. He has been clear. Oh, he started writing erratic, illogical, and threatening messages. He has been clear that being a father has not been in his life plan and would get in the way of his dating and professional life. These would be followed by periods of silence and him blocking me, then unblocking me to demand alternative forms of proof of pregnancy beyond the medical report I had provided him from Banner Health Urgent Care confirming it. The medical report for the HCG test.
The Medusa strategy?
That's probably part of it. Yeah. But it goes on for chapters and chapters. I would probably recognize the chapter title because it's probably called something like Building a Record, because that was a big part of it. But I could be wrong. It would be in that part of it, the Medusa strategy. I have included... Oh, Clayton has said he would file legal charges, criminal fraud against me. That's funny, considering that her filing against him has been found to be fraud. For stating that he is the father of my unborn twins, extortion is a crime. He alleges I'm being untruthful, however. Yeah, sad for her, though, that the extortion law in Arizona, you have to lose $100,000 for it to be taken seriously. He alleges that I'm being untruthful, however. I have even done a test in front of him that he purchased himself. It was positive. In addition, he has been... Why is she telling the cops this? This has nothing to do with anything. This is just her fairy tale about being pregnant. Oh, God. I can't read her crap anymore. Clayton is also demanding to contact information about my abusive ex who attempts to kill me. I did a TEDx talk about. God, she loves talking about that TEDx talk, and which Clayton linked to in the message for his request. I have a CLETS restraining order against the man he wanted to speak to, and engaging him in communication would put me in a vulnerable position. Endangerment is a crime. I'm very concerned about my safety, and I don't know what actions Clayton will take because he's so volatile, controlling, demeaning, and hateful. I actually think that those things describe her. Volatile, controlling, demeaning, and hateful. That sounds like Laura Owens to me. I have asked him on many occasions to reassure me that he will not hurt me or our unborn babies, and he will not respond. I told him I would file a police report if he didn't, so I extorted him by her own definition. I have proof that Clayton has read those messages, which I'm attaching. Crimes of intimidation and threats by word or conduct are listed as criminal offenses. A domestic violence offense against a pregnant person is a felony offense. For all the reasons above, I'm concerned Clayton will cause physical harm, injury to me. Please enter and attach all documents and recordings into evidence and include them with this report, because all she's doing here is building a record. Text from Clayton. Note, I have the originals just listed for convenience. So this is where she edited out a bunch of stuff, like her own text to him, which were harassing. You're trying to destroy my mental state? Fact check, true. Laura, I legitimately hate you right now. Fact check, not a crime. You've made my life so stressful since I've known you. Fact check, true. And if you decide not to take Plan B in the wild event that you are pregnant, I would hate you even more. Fact check, not a crime. My hatred will only grow if you decide to put me through all of this. Fact check, not a crime. My animosity would last for a lifetime, and that's not something either of us want to subject ourselves to. Even if a kid was present, I would not say a word to you. I would not acknowledge you. Fact check, so what? One thing about me is when I make up my mind for good, especially when it's rooted in anger, I don't sway ever. Okay? My hate is toward you and you only. Fact check, true. She has this effect on people. Brad, did you see the that clip from the Netflix show that I posted on Locals?
I did.
Were you laughing hysterically?
It was. I was like, because Dave's been talking about the upcoming docuseries that they're making on it. I'm like, there's no way that stuff is posted already. Like, what in the heck? And then I watch it and I'm like, what in the world is this? Then I saw the lady just going on, and she's like, well, you can be with me. You don't even have to stay with me. And it's like, but you're already pregnant. And it's like,
this is this show. So there's this comedy called The Decameron. and it's about the plague infested England, and in the Middle Ages, and it's about the rich people getting out of town. And one of them, like one of the main characters, her name is Pampinea, which I love because it's like a derivative of pampered, because she's a pampered, spoiled brat. And she not only looks like Laura Owens, but she acts like her too. And the reason why she's getting out of they're all being invited to this nobleman's place outside of Italy, of the city, because there's no pestilence there. And she's going because she's finally getting married, and no one wants to marry her except this particular guy who owns this country house. And when she gets there, he's not there. And she's very desperate to be married because she's 28 years old. She's old. That's the joke, is that she's
Ancient.
old. Nobody wants to marry her. And she's totally desperate. It is so, I want to play it for you guys so bad, but I'm sure that we would get copyright struck. Probably.
Mm-hmm.
But what I can do is, hold on, if you go to my locals, you can see the clip that I recorded off my TV. It's up there for everybody to see, meganfox.locals.com. But what I can do is stop I can stop if it's
I think
small
how you
enough.
have buffering problems
Even on my television. Right. Okay, so she's got this guy tied up. This is not the guy she was supposed to marry, but they've got this guy tied up. He's tied to the bed. And she's like, I have a proposal for you. And she tells him, you marry me, and I come with this great dowry. I'm very rich, So
this
just
entire purse.
Yes, it's full of jewels, apparently. And you get this whole villa, and I'll be your bride, because the guy she was supposed to marry, the guy who owns the villa, he's dead or something. He died. And so this is his cousin. And so what's really funny is that she even has like similar mannerisms. Like, here, you can have all my money and you're going to be, wealthy. And he's like, yeah, no, I'm not interested in you. You're old, you're ugly. But worse than that, she says, but apart from our vows, we need never speak. And he's like, yeah, no, I'm not into it.
We can just divide the house into two halves, and you can stay on one side. And
Yeah,
I can stay
you
on
can
the
stay
other.
on one side, I'll stay on the other. And he's all, whose baby is that? Because she's allegedly pregnant. And he's like, you're pregnant with some other guy's baby, and like, you want no.
The banner back and forth is great in this.
Oh, it's so good. You guys have to go watch this, because it is she's so desperate, and she's really good. And he's listing off the other men who she may have, coerced or whatever. And it's so great, because there's this part where he really goes off on her about what the real problem is. Here it is. I'm not interested in you at all. And he tells her why. And this is so great. You're vapid. You're old. You're pregnant with some poor man's bastard. That's so good. It just keeps getting better. And he's trying to guess whose it is. And then he tells her this. This is such a great monologue. This is what every one of these men has wanted to tell her. But most of all, your personality is bad. Leonardo would never have married you. Oh, God. It's so good. And this is the part that reminds me of her. I do see that all you crave is love, but you're never going to get it. You've never gotten it, and you'll never get it. Not because you're not pretty. Well, not just because you're not pretty. And this is so true, because women who are not very pretty, or what if pretty is not the thing that gets you a man. Pretty is just helpful. It just helps. It's like Marilyn Monroe once said, you might not marry a man just because he's rich, but my goodness, doesn't it help? The same thing about being pretty. You might not marry her just because she's pretty, but it helps. But really the thing is, it's not just because you're not pretty, but because you're a pathetic, self-centered prude Look at how
Jeez.
everyone despises you. And I'm sure much was the same in the last city you lived. Every man that met you saw instantly what a slim-hipped, clenching little shrew you are, and ran.
Woo.
Slim-hipped, clenching little shrew.
That's wow.
So in answer to your proposal, I would rather F a thorn bush than your dry, desperate body. I would rather rot in this room until the plague takes us all. Oh my gosh, you guys, this show is actually really funny. I have laughed and laughed and laughed at this. But when I got to this part of it, it was like, wow, how did these people watch this unfold? Because this is what every victim of hers wants to say. My answer is no. No. That's so good. So good. I've enjoyed it. So if you're looking for something to watch, and if you want to go see that clip, it is on meganfox.locals.com. It's called The Decameron. Yeah, this is the moment where she needs to scream, but I'm tight. A slim-hipped, clenching little shrew. It's perfect. It's just so perfect. God, I love it. So if you want to go to meganfox.locals.com, I did post that up there for you guys to see that clip. It is very funny. It reminds me of Monty Python. There's a lot of Monty Python-esque kind of jokes, and it is very fun. Some of the acting is quite good, and the writing is quite good. It's called The Decameron.
Lauren was on Tilted Lawyer, and they were talking about the Olympic stuff, and they mentioned the Life of Brian, where the actor says, "I want to be known forevermore as Loretta." It's like, but you can't. He's like, "I want to have babies." It's like, but you can't have babies. But I don't want to be prevented from the ability to say that I can.
I actually think I haven't seen The Life of Brian. That's the one I haven't seen. I need to. All right, let's see. Let's go back here. I just realized I don't have the locals chat open. It is going right now, in case anybody is in there. All right, let's go back over.
Farmers, wake up! Your vacation's over.
Yeah, meme farmers, get up. All right, my animosity. Yeah, blah blah blah. Okay, so these are the alleged text messages, and we know for a fact that she doctored some of this because she left out all the terrible things that she said. And then she put some emails in here from him, the same emails that we've all read. And she left stuff out. She redacts things that she doesn't want the cops to see.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So this is just her attachments of all the emails, which we have already read through. We've read through all these. So if you guys want to read these in detail, you can go to justiceforclayton.com and click on these attachments because they're available for everyone. Okay, so it's just his emails and stuff. All right, let's go back to, where is it? There we go. So now we have, that was the first call about Clayton. Now on 9/22, so 2 months later, Laura calls the Scottsdale police complaining that Clayton is posting on social media. How dare he? How dare you, sir? How dare you post things on social media? Here we go. I mean, when did these people get sick of her? LOI search completed, says she's being harassed by her ex Clayton Eckert online, says he's posting online trying to get his followers to troll and harass her. Called 2 times and left voicemail, waiting 5 minutes. Called 2 more times, 5 minutes later, and the voicemail box is full. Cannot leave a message. Again, this is why your crime stats are going up in Scottsdale. Your cops are sitting around trying to get Laura Owens to answer her damn phone. This is unbelievable. 10:40. How much of this person's time was wasted? From 9:50 in the morning until 12:03 in the afternoon. So 2 2.5 hours wasted on this garbage. Okay, let's go to the next one. Hello, police. Someone is posting on social media. All right, now this is the new one that I had not seen that is so freaking crazy. I cannot wait to read this.
The 27th?
Yes. I think. Isn't this the one about Greg?
I don't know.
It's so funny. All right, hold on. Before we get to this, Rylan, did you ever read your PayPal messages? I'm so glad to get... Yes, I did. I saw that, and we read it. Rogue Mama, we have the happy clam here. I starred this because I wanted to remember to tell you guys that, yeah, I went one time, I took my children, we were in the middle of Missouri in the Ozarks somewhere, and we were starving, and we hadn't seen a restaurant for miles and miles, and the very first one we saw was called the Bearded Clam. And I remember my husband and I staring at each other in the parking lot going, should we bring them in here? I'm concerned.
You send one in to investigate first and then report back.
But it was like a bar, but you know, you took a baby in a bar? Yeah. So we took both the girls into this Bearded Clam place. They ended up having really great burgers in there, and it was fine. Everything was fine, but there were a lot of innuendos that 2-year-olds wouldn't have gotten. So I think one was 2 and one was 4. So, or no, 6. She would have been 6.
I don't get the issue with bringing kids into restaurants that have bars, because
no, there isn't one, but this one appeared to just be a bar, but also had food. But so it was more of a restaurant bar. But I mean, I was just worried because sometimes you can't bring kids into a bar. But everyone smokes in Missouri inside, so that was a strange thing for us because it was very smoky in there. My kids had never been in a restaurant where people were smoking, so that was kind of strange. Roy Lonsinger, member for 5 months, says, wondering how many times Laura has woken up with a sore, dry throat. Well, at least twice in the Clayton Eckert case, we know.
I don't think it's sore and dry. I think it's well lubricated.
Okay. McFizzrunner became a YouTube member. Welcome to the Fox Den. It's weird in here. All right. Mary Thurston, thanks for the 2. She's just batshit crazy. Have a great day. You too. Hey, Joe, thanks for the 5. Breadstick money, okay? Yes, as long as it's not ramen money. Jules OMN, thanks for the 2. Is it like Ambicream? Amica cream? King Bob 2, I have a half box of ramen, so I'm good. Box stick money. Bread stick money. Box stick money. Listen to me. Wendy A, textbook malingering, in my opinion. Thanks for the 2. Toadette, thanks for the $4 super sticker, or £4 super euro. Euro. Pimp shoes, #2 super gay. Thanks for the 2. What's up with your shower curtain? Gorgeous. That's just covering. That's not a shower curtain. Don't you remember it from the blanket fort? I pulled it out from the blanket fort because otherwise it's the dresser under here, which is just boring to look at. So I thought I would hang the blanket fort back up. Otherwise, we're just looking at my husband's dresser, and nobody needs that. All right, let's see.
I keep refreshing the court docket, hoping something happens.
Oh yeah, I haven't got my hopes up. I am proud of myself though for not. Lauren, nobody told me you could bring babies to bars. Maybe I will have kids after all.
7-Eleven doesn't count, Lauren.
I've given up, but I'm proud of myself that I have not read any of Gingris's new filings. I could give a shit, especially once he started demanding that I read them. I'm like, no, I will not do that. You read it yourself. Read it yourself. I hate reading his writing anyway. He sucks. All right. Let's go back over here. Laura Owens called to report that Gregory Gillespie violated an order of protection. Man, she's still not done with him. She's in the middle of fighting with Clayton, but she's not done with Greg. On 9/27 at approximately 14:13 hours, I, Officer Caraveau, was working within the city of Scottsdale in my capacity as a Scottsdale police officer. I was wearing the standard issue Scottsdale police blue uniform. This is so weird. Why is he describing what he was wearing?
Yeah.
It was with OBC and driving a fully marked patrol car. That's new. Do they always have to say what they were wearing? Call for service. I called Laura Owens regarding a violation of an order of protection via online activity. She said that she learned about this on 9/21 at approximately 10:30 hours. I called Laura, who informed me that she believes that her ex-significant other, Gregory Gillespie, has been leaking information to the press in an attempt to harass her. Who was it now that said they were going to go to the press if Clayton refused to respond to her in email? Oh, wait a minute. That would be Laura Owens herself. And who had an email box full of communications to the press that we saw through screenshots? This idiot sent a video of her inbox to Dave Neal, and there were 10 members of the press in there. Who was that again? That was Laura Owens.
In addition, The Sun had already published their article on the 18th, and Entertainment Tonight also had a story on the 20th.
She lied?
Unbelievable.
That's a week afterwards.
So this was a week after she went to the press and leaked her own information to the press.
She lied?
What?
Yeah. Okay. Laura shows with an active served order of protection between Gregory Gillespie, defendant, and herself, protected person. Disgusting that she keeps getting labeled as a protected person.
In addition to that, September 22nd, Owens posts on Reddit, "I am the anonymous woman in the Clayton scandal."
Wait, which date?
September 22nd.
And this was on
the 27th.
The
5 days prior.
Wait. No. Yeah, the 27th. Right. Laura alleges that Greg had obtained a copy of court records from a case. Superior Court of State of California, County of San Francisco, Unified Family Court. He did? He obtained court records from there? Because we've never seen court records from San Francisco. Does he have them? Do we have them somewhere?
I don't think we have those.
Somebody find out. Would you text Greg and ask him if he has such a thing, or if she's just making shit up? Where allegations had been made of Laura faking a pregnancy in a past relationship. She described this document as allegations that were brought up in court, but one page of a 220-page court record. Another document is from a case. Oh, that must be the Maricini stuff. Okay. The Maricini, we do have those records.
2018.
Well, isn't that the Maricini case?
In family court?
Yeah, that's where they do domestic violence crap, I think. A 220-page court record. Another document is from a case between her and Gregory. She alleges that Gregory has sent this private court document. Oh my God.
No, there is no private court documents unless it's sealed.
This will get awkward.
Laura, there's no such thing as private court documents. No, they're public. The Constitution says so. I'd like to introduce Laura Owens to a little thing we call the Constitution of the United States that says you have a right to face your accuser in public, in a public hearing. Okay? No order of protection hearing is sealed. Those are criminal orders. You don't seal criminal cases. You don't even seal family court cases unless there are juveniles involved that are involved in the CPS system. And even then, as we have recently learned, even those can get out, which I have never seen before. But apparently in the Nick Rekieta case, it's just open season on him. I've never seen that happen before, ever. In the 20 years I've covered family court cases and juvenile cases, never, ever have I seen CPS documents leaked like that, ever. But, whatever. Laura alleges that Gregory obtained these copies. Okay, blah, blah, blah. Another document is from a case between her and Gregory. She alleges that Gregory has sent this private court document that he obtained through discovery. Anybody could obtain it. I could go to the docket and get it. We have all the court records from the Gillespie case because they're on the public record.
Mm-hmm.
This makes me so mad. She alleges, okay, blah, 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 that he sent it to news outlets and tabloids such as Page 6, People.com, Daily Mail, and U.S. Magazine. Oh, you mean the same press outlets that you contacted?
Yes.
She said that he is leaking the above court documents out of context. Those of you in the chat who are asking what is going on in Nick's case, you can follow that Umbrella guy. He's doing good coverage of that. But I am not covering that case. But you can follow Tug. He's covering that case. Nothing's happened with the case yet, really. Just he's still awaiting his court date, as far as I know. He's dealing with family court, and a lot of that stuff's been leaked, and that's really unfortunate because he's the only person I know of that's been done to. All right. Dun, 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 dun. She also alleges. Oh, wait. She said that he's leaking the above court documents out of context. You mean like she sent Clayton's emails and text to the cops out of context without her begging him to date her in exchange for an abortion? Because she left out that context.
Okay, so FDV 18813693 is the request for DV restraining order for Mike.
Oh, okay, yeah, that crazy one that was the one with the 50 Shades of Grey sex stories in it, right?
Yeah, I would imagine so. It went for renewal in 2020. The next one is July 10th, 2025.
Laura believes that Gregory is divulging these private court records, no such thing, in an attempt to harass and slander her image. These allegations have been part of stories published by these tabloids. Based on this, she believes that this constitutes harassment pursuant to her order of protection. Laura said she received the redacted court documents from a Reddit user who had written about the case, who sent her the documents. She said that regarding the San Francisco case, only her and Gregory had been granted discovery. She recognizes the nature of the scanned document to be unique to only her and Gregory. And anyway, even if he did.
Greg had been granted discovery, but it was Mike's case.
Yeah. He probably asked for that in discovery, any evidence of other court cases that she was in. Yeah. But even if he did get it in discovery, that case is not sealed in California. There is no problem for him to send that case to anybody he wants to. And it's not harassment to share. It's almost like saying that this is what it's almost saying this. There is a copy of To Kill a Mockingbird in the public library. But Greg Gillespie sent his private copy of To Kill a Mockingbird to the press. You know, it's like he should not have sent that book that I gave him privately to the press. Well, but that same book is in the public library. It's the exact same information and anyone could get it. So it doesn't matter if Greg sent his anywhere he wants to. Just because it came through discovery doesn't mean shit. It's stupid. Laura said, okay, blah, blah, blah. She recognizes the nature of the scanned document. I have no further involvement in the matter. Yeah, I bet they wish they had no further involvement. Then we have on September 28 a follow-up. Officer Caribou, again, this poor guy is still working on this 2 days later, was working within the city of Scottsdale in my capacity in a Scottsdale police car. What were you wearing, Officer Caribou? I was wearing a standard issue Scottsdale police blue uniform with OBC and driving a fully marked patrol car.
I think that must be just a standard thing that they do in order to...
I've never seen that before.
Remove the idea of plainclothes officers or things like that.
I've just never seen that before in a report. It's just funny. I was wearing blue tassels and a Speedo.
God.
In my brain. I received a message from Laura Owens who informed me she had located what she believed a falsified order of protection posted by Reddit user whatever. The document, which she located on the Bachelor subreddit, was uploaded to evidence.com. Using AZ Point, I located a matching unserved expired OOP between Gregory Gillespie, protected person, and Laura Owens, defendant. I informed her that the order was legitimate but unserved and expired. Laura believes that this is a further violation of her OOP. I have no further involvement in this matter. What date was this? September 28, 2023.
27th.
So again, she's calling about something that is totally legitimate that she says is illegitimate.
Right.
Again, it's a false police report. How many are we up to? I haven't kept a full count, but my God. Now November 9, 2023. I was working in my assigned capacity as a detective with the domestic violence unit. Oh, now they've pulled in Craig Reedy, another officer who works in domestic violence. I was conducting a follow-up on a listed case. I'd received this case as an aggravated harassment case. Victim Laura Owens claims that offender Gregory Gillespie was posting about her on the social media website Reddit under pseudonyms. I contacted Laura over the phone to inquire further about her claims of being harassed. She told me that Greg is using made-up profiles and uploading them to Reddit. She also explained how a user had posted to Reddit an order of protection that Greg had against Laura that was never served. Laura told me that the only way someone could get this is if the plaintiff went to court and got the documents. So, Laura told me there was a Reddit user showing that process picture by picture. So, Laura told me she had called the Dreamy Draw court clerk, Manny Vargas, who confirmed...
That sounds like a...
What's Dreamy Draw? Now, this is really weird if this happened. This person should never have confirmed anything to a stranger about someone else's activities at court. Manny Vargas confirmed Gregory Gillespie had come into the Dreamy Draw Justice Court and got the documents from him. Laura sent me a voice recording of her speaking to Manny, who was heard telling her only the plaintiff could have access to an unserved document. Yeah, but once he has it, he can release it to anybody he wants. It is not a sealed document.
Dreamy Draw is the name of a court in a particular location of Phoenix.
I told Laura to send me the images of proof that she had that Greg was using multiple fake profiles to harass her. Laura sent me a PDF document containing 34 pages of images and text outlining these connections. Now, you had this 34-page document somewhere, didn't you? You guys went over it?
34? No, we had more.
No,
we
maybe
had
it was
77
more.
pages.
Oh, wow. That doesn't seem to be on the... Can you send that to me if you have it? Because it was funny. It was the one with the sonogram of the burrito, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, that was hilarious. She sent them memes of being pregnant with a burrito. This is what she wants the police to investigate. Memes of being pregnant with a burrito, you guys. I contacted Manny over the phone to determine if he did know that Gregory Gillespie had come into the court to get his paperwork. He advised me that he did not know who that was. He did not know who Laura Owens was either. Oh my God, did she make that up? She just make it up? After I explained the situation, he advised me that he did remember an email about the situation, but other than that, nothing was out of the ordinary. He told me it was true that an unserved order of protection would not be given out to anyone other than the plaintiff, but did not recall anyone in particular coming to the court to get this order of protection. So he never told her that Gregory Gillespie came in. I did think that sounded weird. Thank you. I did think that sounded strange that like a court, employee would do that, would just tell some stranger on the phone. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. Okay. I looked at the document sent to me by Laura. In the document, Laura provides screenshots and photos, then has text underneath explaining the connections to Greg. Many of the shown profiles were that of anonymous Reddit users posting negative things about Laura. I looked into several of these profiles. Reddit shows a username in the style of u/username. When you go to the profile of a Reddit user, you can see when their profile was created and what subreddits they post on. Imagine the police researching freaking Redditors.
Mm-hmm.
This is what they're using their time on at the Scottsdale police. This is probably one of the most outrageous and egregious things that I think I might be quoting in my letter to Rachel Mitchell. Let's quote this. Like, I spent my day-to-day researching anonymous Reddit posts for Laura Owens. The social media site is broken down into subreddits. There are subreddits for many different topics, to include the Bachelor Nation, a subreddit discussing the personal lives of the TV show The Bachelor contestants. As of this writing, the Bachelor Nation subreddit has 56,000 members. Many of the negative comments about Laura were written on that particular subreddit. It should be noted that for an unknown amount of time, Laura herself would go to the Bachelor Nation subreddit and argue with other profiles about their thoughts on her. This could be one reason why she has so many negative comments about her. No shit! Laura posted by the name of Redacted. Laura goes on to claim that many of these profiles were Greg posting about her with knowledge only he could know. However, many of the profiles she claims are Greg were created many years ago. Laura has listed several profiles as being Greg. I mean, why haven't they told this bitch to go away yet? Like, how many times do the Scottsdale police have to come to the conclusion that nothing she says is true, that everything she says is bullshit, before they say, we will not take your calls anymore?
Yeah, it's crazy.
Due to the wide range of accounts that were created from 2016 to 2023, it is unlikely that they are all Greg Gillespie. One particular claim is that Redacted posted pictures of an anonymous Redditor posting pictures showing they were at the Dreamy Draw Justice Court to get the order of protection that Gregory had against Laura. Laura told me this was the proof that Greg was Redacted. However, when I went to the profile page of Redacted, there were no pictures posted from their account. Huh. I wonder if she took the pictures herself and made this account. Redacted posted the pictures and cited an anonymous Redditor. On pages 8 through 13 of the PDF Laura sent me appears to show that it is from the user Redacted. Laura then made me aware that there was a subreddit dedicated to her specifically called Laura Owens. Laura claimed this was more cyberbullying by either Gregory or a man named Clayton Eckerd. When I looked up the subreddit, I could see there were 451 people subscribed to that page and numerous posts each day about her from various Reddit users. I could not see a clear connection to Gregory Gillespie in any of these posts made on Reddit. So yet again, the shit Laura Owens says is not true. I spoke with Gregory on the phone and asked him about the situation. Greg denied having any Reddit accounts and told me I never had a Reddit account. He also told me that he did in fact go to the Dreamy Draw Justice Court to have the previous order of protection against Laura for a civil trial he's currently dealing with. He told me he took photographs of the document to prove that he had this against Laura, but denied ever posting those photographs to Reddit. Greg denied having any contact with her and told me the last time he ever had contact with Laura was sometime around August of 2021. Gregory advised me he had nothing to hide and would be fine answering any further questions I had. Gregory went on to tell me that Laura currently has a civil lawsuit filed against him and Clayton Eckerd. Greg told me he believes Laura is doing these things to get at him during their ongoing civil lawsuit. This concludes my matter in this situation. I mean, I want to know, you know what would be great? I wonder if we could FOIA the Scottsdale police to find out how many hours have been spent on Laura Owens' investigations and how that and what the billable hours are for that. Like, how much money can we extrapolate it into how much time was put into this and how much the officers make, and break it down hourly and figure out how much money has been wasted by the taxpayers answering this woman's false police reports?
Yeah, that'd be interesting. Because I don't know if they do their billing like lawyers do, where each case has separate hours, or they allocate time based on case numbers and whatnot.
Yeah, but look how detailed they are about putting down what time that they do these things. You know, it was this time when I sat down. I mean, I know they're not paid like lawyers. They're not paid hourly. They're paid salary. But we could extrapolate. You know, anybody who has the time to do that, that might be worthwhile to find out how many hours have been expended on Laura Owens. Because there's been a lot.
Yeah.
A lot. All right. So this is the PDF file that the Gillespie connection. This is the thing that Laura sent to the cops that we were just the Gillespie connection. These were Gillespie's counterclaim documents in the civil case I have against him. They were disproven. That's not true. Neither one of them won. They were just, the judge just said, go home. However, he sent these to Clayton once he discovered that I was the person accusing Clayton of being the father of our unborn twins. Then he leaked them on Reddit. And here's her screenshots, possible threats. This is not a threat. I want the end result to be Laura Owens left unable to fuck over another person ever again. That's not a threat.
That's not a threat.
Everybody wants her stopped from being able to do this again. That doesn't mean anyone wants her harmed. It means we want the county attorney to prosecute her and make her, give her a consequence for this, a legal consequence.
Oh, dang it.
What?
So she submits this document, the Gillespie connection, on November 9th.
Mm-hmm.
Her mom doc appointment wasn't until the 15th. So I thought it would have been a really good gotcha.
Because
she says our
I'm
twins.
sure we'll see more. I'm sure we'll see more. I'm sure we'll find more gotchas or whatever, because she can't help but screw up the narrative, because the narrative is so screwed up in the first place. If she were smart, which we know she isn't, she would slink away and hide under an Arizona boulder. She will be exposed publicly. That's not a threat. Exposing someone publicly for their bad behavior is not a threat. That's not a threat to harm anyone. That's what happens. She's putting pictures of gifts in here to the police. Gossip Goose here, back with more breadcrumbs to go along with that tea on our favorite baby mama. Word on the pond is pond scum, that schemes are being spun to excuse the predictive inconclusive paternity result. The heat of the Arizona sun, drinking too much water. What will the excuse be this time? Really? That's a threat? Greg has been known to listen into my conversations in the past. How? Is he hacking into her phone
That's
too?
the spyware in the phone. That's what she...
Gotcha. Yeah, intimidation by GIF? Yeah, like what? It's crazy. Okay. I'm not going to read through this entire thing, but I just want to page through. Just look at the craziness that these cops had to read. Look at how many pages. This is a 33-page document that they had to go through and investigate. They had to investigate this. This is so crazy. Only Greg would know or care enough to be mentioning dragging guy number 2 for 2.5 years. No, Laura, we all care enough to mention that. All of us, every single one of us care enough about these poor guys you've been dragging for years to mention it. All right, so this is more stuff. She's just posting. I'm not going to read this whole thing, but I mean, my God, look at this. Can you imagine? Okay, so here's the photos at the courthouse. Allegedly, the photos. And anyway, it doesn't matter. Nothing that was posted. If he did it, it's not private and it's not harassment. It's a public case. Whether it was served or not doesn't matter. He has the right to show people forms that he filled out. Period.
And I know some courts do things differently, but if you file for an order of protection, if it's filed with the court and not served, it's still publicly searchable. It just means that it's not enforceable until it's served.
Mm-hmm. And it expired or something. So I don't know what the backstory, but look at this, you guys. Just imagine, keep in mind, let's just pretend you're the cop that has to investigate all of this. This shit. Like, what? Reddit user received a physical copy of the leaked document. No, it's not a leaked document. And even if it were leaked, he has the right to do it. I mean, this is just crazy behavior. Oh, wait a minute. What? Where did that go? Where's the Halloween costume? Is she blaming Greg for this?
Yeah, she did in the hearing. She said that Greg hacked my stuff.
Why does it keep on? It's not letting me stop there. All right. This is annoying. Hold on. No. She accused Clayton of doing this. She accused Clayton of putting this up in the duty hearing. This was a still from a video taken off my phone that the public had access to. As mentioned before, Greg has been known to hack my devices. So she's accusing him of doing this. She also accused Clayton of doing this during the judge
because
duty.
he was the only one who had access to this photo or video.
She said Clayton was the only person who had access to this sonogram that she's holding.
Right.
And so it had to have been Clayton. But here she's saying it's Greg because he had access to that photo. Interesting how she doesn't mention the sonogram at all in that one. Right. This was a splice taken out of a real phone call, taken out of context to make it appear like I'd made a confession. This was posted in an effort to get people to comment on my appearance. She's the one who wants everyone to comment on her appearance. Stop it. She keeps posting that. Pictures of herself so that everyone will comment on her appearance. She wants to say that her appearance shows that she's pregnant. If you do that, people are allowed to then say, no, we don't think that looks like pregnant belly. We think it looks like you either photoshopped it or you ate too many burritos. We're allowed to think that. What else is here? This is the burrito. Imagine this is in a document for the police to investigate. After a long couple of weeks, it looks like the results are in. It's a burrito, baby. I mean, this is...
Only Greg knew that I ate a burrito every day for lunch.
Don't they know that everyone has been calling it the burrito baby? Doesn't she know that everyone called it a burrito baby forever without knowing that she loved burritos? It was just funny.
That's been colloquial for going on over a decade. Because I remember when I first had Chipotle. So back in 2009, 10, I'd never heard or been to a Chipotle until somebody that I was seeing introduced it to me.
Oh my gosh. She's just blaming everything on Reddit on Greg. Oh my Lord. Just imagine being the cop having to go through this. GIFs, burrito babies. You know what's funny though is that she's giving the cops the evidence. If they really wanted to research it, they just go onto this Reddit page and find all the documents and stuff that proves that she's lying. But I guess they didn't do that great of an investigation because they didn't do. Oh no, I'm choking.
Please don't choke. Quick, the Heimlich.
Oh no, is this when the coughing starts? All right. All right. So look at this. I like how it's full color too. Boy, she spent a lot of time on this. Oh my gosh. The GIFs and stuff are so funny. This is so crazy. This just makes me angrier and angrier the longer this thing is. Like, that poor cop had to read through all of this. I don't even have the patience to do that. Dave Neal's videos.
Yep.
Oh no. All right. I've had enough of this.
And then they're talking about the pictures of her jumping the week prior
Well, she's really underestimated Redditors because Redditors can find anything. Like anything. Oh, God. I just can't even. Like, I don't even care what she's saying because it's all garbage. But it just shows. She put all this time into slandering this poor guy and makes the cops read it and investigate it like it's actually something. It's so much garbage. All right, we're done with that. Moving on. God, I hope I'm not going to develop a cough. Because that makes streaming so much harder. I can deal with the stuffed up head, but the coughing, I can't. All right, now we have Laura contacts the Scottsdale PD about Clayton harassing her online. Audio below. Let's go down to 10.6 audio.
Do we have it?
Yeah. Sure. But let's see. Well, we have to wait for this weirdo to get off the screen.
Get off the screen.
They really went full hog. They went full hog into the begging for money real quick with her, didn't they?
Mm-hmm.
And look, it's
Biden
not even
wasn't doing anything.
It's not even skippable. Can't even skip it.
The 19th through the 22nd. That's
Hello.
not for another 2 weeks. Ugh.
Feel confident
what
about
even
weight
is
loss
this?
with
Oh, it's
compounded
another
semaglutide injections, made with the same active ingredient as
Interesting
Ozempic,
that
and
it's
a
the
reliable
Ozempic
supply
drug.
you can count.
For
Lose weight for as
whatever.
little as $1.99
I
per
think
month
we
at
have a text message
forhers.com.
that we think is from Tag, aka Laura, saying that they used that website, which is funny. Where are my the heck? Where are the controls? What the heck just happened here?
Yeah,
I've got no
Hi everyone,
controls,
Mark
and now I
Barton
have
here.
to watch.
Dang it! Promise.
What is happening?
On December 14th,
And they're all
2012,
unskippable.
my 7-year-old son Daniel was
Very
shot to death in
strange.
his
And
first
where
grade
is the
classroom.
volume?
Hook
I have no
Elementary
volume.
School.
Yeah, right there.
No,
Shooter
it's
shot
not
and killed
on.
26 individuals.
All right, I think I'm. I think I need to shut YouTube down and restart it because there's something wrong with the volume. Hold, please.
Do 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 do. Wrong button.
No, that was the right button. I decided I wanted to hear that instead. Let me close some of these windows. I'm having a window.
My wife perks up every time she hears you texting me because that's your text tone.
That you have a notification sound for every text you get?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. That would drive me crazy. I have my phone on silent all the time.
Like
I
my
only
wife,
see it when I look at it.
Whenever my wife texts me, it's Captain Picard saying "Shields up, red alert," and she gets mad when she's home and she can hear it from across the house.
I lost my Justice for Clayton page. Now I have to go back and find your. There we go. All right, let's go back to 10.6. There we go. Hold on. But I don't know why the commercials. I'm getting a shit ton of commercials, and none of them are skippable. I don't know what happened, but at least the volume's working now. I just have it muted because who needs to hear this 3 times?
Yeah.
All right, come on.
Well, it's because you're in New York and they're extracting money out of New Yorkers like nobody's business.
Now, are we going to get another one here? Yep, we're going to get a dog video. What is happening?
No living being
I have
should
trolls.
ever eat processed food
Do you
for
see
every
that?
single meal of their life.
It's weird.
Good, real food is simple. It looks like food.
I can't even mute
smells
this.
like food. It's what
All right,
dogs
hold
are.
on. I'm just going to wait for that to end. but I have no controls. It's very strange. I don't know what's going on with YouTube, but this is not normal. 2 non-skippable commercials in a row seems excessive. And look, no controls.
Yeah.
What is happening? I don't even know if it's playing.
I don't hear it.
Scottsdale,
now we
please.
hear it.
There we go.
Hi, my name is. And I got an order of protection granted a couple of hours ago, and the person's already violated the order.
Okay.
The judge said I could call. Is that
Okay. Well, it only happens once they've been served. Have they been served?
No, but he said that I could call before, and if I had a copy of it, and I do have a copy.
But it doesn't go into effect until that person's been served the order.
So okay.
So until that person's served, you can't violate it.
Okay. How will I know when he's been served?
I wish they probably would let you know. I think there's on the form it says to advise you when it's been served.
Okay. Is it possible for me to just make a regular report then?
Reference what?
It's harassment, and it's pretty bad.
What did he do?
It's pretty bad.
Well, he's a very public figure, and he's posting falsehoods about me online, and it's just getting tens of thousands of comments, and I'm getting harassed by everybody.
What address are you at when this happens, or do you live in Scottsdale?
I do. I'm at. Or do you want my address? I'm sorry.
Yeah, please.
I'm getting harassed by everybody. Everyone. I am harassed by
Unit
everyone
number?
on Reddit.
No unit.
Okay.
The casita?
And then what's your name?
Yeah.
And what's the last name?
Owens, O-S.
And a phone number for you?
How many phone numbers does she have that it takes that long to give the phone number?
Okay, and the other party's name?
Clayton, C-L-A-Y-T-O-N.
Mm-hmm.
And his last name is E-C-H.
All right, so this is the one where she calls and she's trying to get him, that, he's violated the protective order. It hasn't even been served yet. So you literally cannot violate a protective order that hasn't been served because it has not legally taken, taken effect. And by the way, the judge told her that because we watched that hearing and the judge was like, by the way, this doesn't go into effect until it is served. Okay, all right. But then she just calls the cops again. So she knew that it hadn't been served. And she knew because she was told that there was nothing she could do until it was served. And yet she makes the call anyway. This is abuse of the system. This is abuse of 911. And it should stop. And Rachel Mitchell should do something about it. Should charge her with making false police reports. All right, what's the next thing? We've got Laura contacts Scottsdale PD claiming Greg violated his OOP by posting stuff online. Oh, Lord. When does this end? We're not even at the end. You guys, we're not even close to being done with her nonsense. Not even close. We're like halfway through the police calls. And I've been online for 2.5 hours. 2.5 hours. We're not even halfway through. Online violations of OOP. This was on October 7th of 2023. So she is simultaneously calling the cops on Greg and Clayton now. We've got competing 911 calls. VEH search. What's a VEH search? Brad, do you know?
Vehicle history?
Oh, maybe. Event type changed from VIOLCO. I don't know what any of this stuff means. Called Laura Owens multiple times. Voicemail left. No answer. So again, trying to reach this bitch, and she never answers her phone. She's got plenty of time to call them, but she doesn't pick up when they call her back. Wasting police time and resources. If it's such an emergency, why doesn't she call them back? You know? Here's another one. This must be the follow-up for that one when they finally get a hold of her. Online violations. Called Owens multiple times. This is on 10:08. No answer. Associated event. RP missed call from officer available for CTC. Called Owens 4 times. Did not answer. Waiting and going to try again. No answer. Goes to voicemail each time. Have to call back with a good 21. Wasted an entire day calling Laura Owens, who doesn't pick up the phone. Oh my God. I can't with her. Now here's the next day. Same following up. Same thing. Still can't get a hold of this woman who says she's being criminally harassed. Called online violations of OOP. Greg Gillespie called Owens multiple times. Voicemail left. This is the next day. 3 days of this. No answer. Associated event. Owens missed call from officer. Called 4 times. Did not answer. Waiting and going to try again. Nope. Will we have 4 days of this? Yeah, we will. 4 days of this. Here we go. Here's the 4th day of the officers trying to get a hold of her. Owens saying that an OOP was violated in Phoenix on 10/10, saying she talked to officer previously about it because she lives in Scottsdale and was violated cyberly. Cyberly. Funny word.
Mm-hmm.
Could not find previous CFS and wants to talk to new officer. Oh, she wants to involve a new officer in this. So another officer.
Yeah, because if the one guy isn't enough evidence, then she can say, I had 2 officers looking into this.
Uh-huh. Yep. Owens wanted doctor number from, or DR number from previous case and a status update. Information provided. Okay. What's next? 10/19. Now she's calling on Clayton. Within days of calling on Gillespie, she is calling on Clayton again. Oops, I hit the wrong button. I don't want to save it. I want to open it. On 10/19, the reporting party alleged a violation of order of protection against the listed defendant. The victim reporting party resides at the casita behind her parents' house. I contacted victim Laura Owens by telephone. She stated she is pregnant with twins. How many times is she going to go over the same story? Owens stated Eckert posted an Instagram video which consisted of Eckert stating that the results showed little to no fetal DNA present. He further stated on the video, "Let's go, baby. I knew that was going to happen. Thankfully, 5 months of torture can finally be put to rest." Eckert is a television personality. Owens is a podcaster, both with large social media followings. Yet more evidence that Laura Owens is a public person. Owens stated that as a result of the Eckert IG video, she received a large amount of negative messaging on her social media accounts and podcast. Oh, gee. You know, what do you think Clayton got from her? Remember when she went to the Sun? I think Clayton got a large amount of negative social media postings, too. He got a large amount of hate, online hate. You don't see him calling the police all the time and saying that Laura Owens is harassing me by going to the Sun, and I got a bunch of hate mail, which he did. Because of her.
Clayton got enough bad press just from being on The Bachelor.
Just from being on The Bachelor. This dude gets nothing but bad press. Nothing but hate mail. Yeah, MG. Hey, MG Lost. It seems like she's the one doing the stalking. She seems to know so much about what the guys are posting about her and where they are going and eating and dinner dates. Yeah, exactly. All right. Defendant shall not communicate or post untrue or harassing comments. Yeah, so neither was they weren't untrue and they weren't harassing. Owens stated paternity determination is the testing is ongoing at this time. She is upset by the negative comments and hate appearing on her social media and podcast pages. I informed Owens I would be forwarding the report to detectives for review of the incident. Oh my God, they got detectives. How much money do Scottsdale detectives make? Let's find out. What is the salary for Scottsdale, Arizona detectives? Police
Glassdoor.
detective salary in Arizona, Scottsdale. The median income is $34,000. Wow, that's not very
That's
much.
not much.
That can't be. Oh, 50% of them make 34%. 75% make. No, that doesn't make sense. Oh, the 75th percentile makes 50, and the 90th percentile makes 63. Boy, that's not enough money to put up with her shit. I'll tell you that much. Not enough to deal with this. Man, I am shocked that police detectives make so little. $34,000. That's like what teachers make. My God.
But they get
How are they surviving on
pensions
this?
and other things.
How are they
so-
buying groceries in Biden's economy on $34,000 a year? How? That can't be real. What year is this from? Yeah. It doesn't say. So this could be years old. Who knows? That can't be real. There has to be an no, it's oh my gosh. There we go. Here's one. This is more like it. All right. Police department salaries. Scottsdale. $232,000. That's more like it.
Woof.
That's what I expected. The average annual wage in Scottsdale is $109,000. Yeah, I didn't believe that $34,000 for that had to have been 20 years old data. Like, no way.
That's like an administrative assistant on their
Yeah.
first job.
Yeah, no way. No way. So, yeah, this is more like it. 200 that's how much when I did 10 years ago that Shut Up, the book, or however long that was, 12 years ago, those cops were making over $100,000, all of them. So, yeah, I would, which, you know, is decent, obviously. Like, here's another one in Scottsdale making 171. It doesn't say what their job titles are, but there's an awful lot of them. Hey, I wonder if I can find any of them that have been listed in this thing. What were the names of these people? What are we looking at? Glass? Let's see if he's in here, because these are all by name. And they are not, I don't know why they are not alphabetized. I wonder if there's a search function. Oh, there is. GLASS?
Yep.
All right, let's try that. Ah, Benjamin Glass. Let's see how much he makes. $87,190. And this is the guy, this is not the detective. He is this is a cop who's now going to send it to detectives who make a lot more than that.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Oh, when you said the tag emails about the Ozempic, he mentioned it wasn't emails. Tag mentioned it was a Venmo posting that somebody found, and it was mentioning the company him or his and hers. You know, that company that we just saw that was hers
Hims or whatever.
or Hims. It was Hims. Okay. All right. So we have found out how much they work. Let's go back to, or they make. Let's go back to what we were doing. What were we doing? We were reading this police report. All right. Interfere with court order, violating court order.
So hold on. Let's go back.
Let's see how much this supervisor makes. His supervisor, Stumpf. I like this website. I can just plug in anybody's name and it tells me what they make. It's fantastic.
So she did this police report the day after she got the HCG result of 102.
Oh my God. So his supervisor makes 123,000. So we've got two highly paid salaried employees working all day long on Laura Owens and forwarding this shit to detectives. I am outraged by this. What a waste. What a freaking waste. Yeah, the testing is ongoing, she says, but she got the 102 test result, the non-viable test result the day before. Did you say the day before?
Yeah.
On 11/27, now this is by Craig Reedy. Let's find out how much Craig Reedy makes, because we haven't seen how much he makes. He must be the detective. Reedy. God, I love this website. This is fantastic. In 2023, he made $92,357 a year. So we have 3 salaried employees now. We are up to 3 highly paid salaried employees working for Laura Owens for free. Not for free, on your dime. Those of you in Scottsdale. I was working my assigned role as a domestic violence detective. I was conducting follow-up on the listed case. Upon reviewing this case, it has been determined no crime has been committed. And yet, the records exist. And she can say, I have a police file on Greg Gillespie as long as my arm, because she's made it all up. Laura has submitted additional pieces of evidence. However, her evidence is accusing several Reddit profiles of being Clayton without any proof. One of the profiles she claimed was Clayton was a photoshopped picture with a sonogram image. Laura claims this is Clayton. However, she used this same image in a previous report and claimed it was a man named Gregory Gillespie. Okay, Sir Craig Reedy, I may have to send him a press inquiry about this. I want to know why Craig Reedy did not report her for filing a false police report at this point. It should be noted that a similar case was turned down by prosecutors. That case was the result of Laura making very similar claims about another man, Gillespie, using fake online profiles to harass her, yet had no proof who these profiles were. Because of a lack of evidence, this case will not be referred for prosecution. But why, Detective Reedy, didn't you refer her for prosecution for filing false police reports? And I'm going to have to ask him that. I'm going to have to ask now. I'm going to have to start asking these people.
They're going to punch you to media, and then they're going to...
That's fine. I'm going to ask the media. I'm going to contact him first, though, and I'm going to repeat his words back to him that he found on November 28th of 2023 that there was no crime committed, and that she has fabricated evidence against both of these men because she used the same piece of evidence against Clayton Eckert and Greg Gillespie. At this point, it should be very clear that she should have been charged with a false police report. And I want to know why Scottsdale police hasn't done their goddamn job here. I'm angry at Detective Reedy for doing this. Why hasn't he referred her for prosecution? Why hasn't he charged her with wasting all of this time and all of these resources and these highly paid police people? I don't understand this. This is the November 28th, 2023. You know what? We're doing it live.
We'll do it live. Fuck it. Do it live.
Fuck it.
I'll write it and we'll do
it live. All right, we got to get Mr. Reedy's information here. I need Mr. Reedy's email address. Is it on this thing? No, but I bet I can find it pretty easily. Detective Craig Reedy. Scottsdale. Here we go. All right. Because I have just had enough of this.
Someone in one of the Discords said they called the Scottsdale police and had a conversation about the 911 call about the Instagram post. They said that was not in violation of any restraining order. Her name will now be famous within the police department, hopefully, if it isn't already.
Well, I'm sure they all know, but why haven't they reported her for filing false police reports? That is a legitimate question to ask. It is a legitimate question to ask.
Mm-hmm.
And I need to get this guy's contact. All right, I can't get his contact at this very second. It didn't come up right away. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to create an email that I'm going to send to him as soon as I get his contact info. All right, let's go into my email. and send a press inquiry because this is pissing me off. This is just crazy. I want to know why. And I want to know what the threshold is for filing of charges for a false police report. Like, how many does she have to file? What are we up to now, Brad? Go to the Justice for Clayton website page, please, and please count the number of police reports, all of which have been false. We don't even have to decide which ones are true or not. They're all false. You can leave out the ones about the contractor because we don't know, but we do know the rest of this shit is false.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7,
Press
8,
inquiry.
9, 10, 11, 12, 13. We're up to 14.
Laura
15.
Owens and false police reports. Dear Detective Reedy, I'm a reporter working under deadline about Laura Owens and her repeated pattern of building a false record with the police against her, against men who rejected her. You have investigated multiple calls from Owens. On November 28th, 2023, you wrote the following. And can I copy and paste from here? Let me see. Copy.
I like how you search for Craig Reedy and the first thing that comes up is justiceforclayton.com.
Does it?
Yes.
You wrote the following. All right, and then I am putting his own report here. I have several questions. 1, this is not the first report where you found that Owens' report to you was false or fabricated. How many fabricated and false reports is a person allowed to make to police, wasting resources before the police in Scottsdale press charges for filing a false police report? Owens has a long history with your police department. And has filed at least 14, you said? 14 false police reports against her targets. This has gone on for several years. The latest call was on 6/11/2024, the day after she appeared in front of Judge Mata, who determined she is a perjurer and a false accuser, and she was referred to the county prosecutor for prosecution for those crimes. When will the Scottsdale police...
We can't see the email you're typing. Also.
I know, I don't want to dox my email.
All right.
When will the Scottsdale police hold her similarly accountable
Arizona Law 13-20907.
Arizona law, what is it?
13-20907.01.
You may want to discuss this with Rachel Mitchell soon to help her with her investigation into Owens' criminal behavior. 3. How would Greg Gillespie, Clayton Eckert, and Michael Maricini go about removing all the false calls and reports she made against them that have created a record with your department and puts them at risk of profiling by officers not familiar with the false nature of these reports? Oh my God. How much time have you personally dedicated to investigating Laura Owens's false reports? And how many people can you estimate how many real victims you were unable to properly spend time with because of Owens monopolizing your time with false reports? What else should I ask? The county prosecutor is actively investigating, but keep sending her letters, you guys. Keep sending her letters. And I think the next letters we should be writing are about this waste of police resources. Oh, that's what I'm going to ask.
What is the threshold for referrals to the county attorney
Yeah.
for misuse of police resources?
What is the threshold for misuse of police resources before you refer a person for prosecution to the county attorney? I would appreciate a response, SAP, and if you would like to talk on background, please call.
All the best.
I'm totally going to sign it all the best. All the best. I'm really trying. I'm going to put a little note here to understand how she's gotten away with this for so long and appears to continue to get away with wasting your time regularly without consequence. All right. Detective. Oh, I should also put in here. Please note that if this email is asked for in a public records request, I would appreciate it if you would redact my phone number due to Laura Owens and her history of stalking behavior. All right. Now I just have to find his email address, and I shall save that to my drafts, and I will send it when I find it.
Do you want the non-emergency number for the police department to ask?
Yeah. Oh, it's in the private chat?
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. Mm-hmm. Oh, this is so frustrating. All right, I've got to get out of here. I cannot finish doing what we were doing, going back over all of these things because there are too many of them. Literally,
Angry
too
will
many.
get hangry.
Yeah, I don't want him to be. I don't want to be late getting him. But there are, you guys. We're only on 11. Where are we at? We're at 10:19. There are still 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 more calls to the police that this woman has made. And so I want to encourage all of you to keep on emailing and writing letters. I prefer that you write actual paper letters to Rachel Mitchell. I have Rachel's information here somewhere. It's in my, at least it was on my banners. Where did it go? All right, here. Rachel Mitchell. All right, here is Rachel Mitchell's office. No, not her election page. We want her county attorney office. There it is. Official website, Maricopa County. This is the woman that she is investigating. So thank her right away. Be very polite and kind. Because she is investigating this. To contact her, you should not call because victims are calling this office. But you may send a letter to Rachel Mitchell at 225 West Madison Street in Phoenix, Arizona. And I will write it for you on a banner. My voice is giving up. Okay. Now I'm crying. If you don't contact Rachel Mitchell right now today. All right. Call her now. Not call. I keep saying call. Write her a letter. Do not call. Write her a letter and tell her that she needs to also look into all the false police reports that Laura has made. And you know what would be helpful maybe? To just print out the Justice for Clayton Wiki Index to help her out with that. And here's the Wiki Index right here. I'm going to put it in the chat. False Calls Index. Check it out. Yeah. Could you guys hear the arms of an angel behind me crying? Yes, that's what I was thinking. That was what I call. Send letters now. So
for only $10 a week.
Will not be in cages in Laura Owens' basement. Save the men of Scottsdale now.
Particularly lawyers.
Yes. Please send letters. Okay. I have uploaded a new, well, not new, but I finally figured out how to get one of my great songs on here so I don't have to go searching through my hard drive for it. And we haven't heard this one in a while. So as I say goodbye to you today, I wanted to play this because it's perfect for Laura's fake calls. And that is the hit song that I wrote with AI, Having the Babies, If I Don't Hear Back From You Tonight. Which, and by the way, as far as the schedule goes for the rest of this week, I don't know. But I do know that Tuesdays with Tug will be happening tomorrow night. I don't know if I will stream during the day, but tomorrow night, oh my God, there's a huge spider on the ceiling. Huge. Tomorrow night, we are going to be starting the rewatch of the Karen Reed trial on my channel, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Maybe 8. No, 8 p.m. we do, because Tug has karate with the girls. So 8 p.m. we're going to start with the pretrial hearing, one of them in the Karen Reed case. It's going to be very interesting, so make sure that you tune in for that. All right, guys, take care. Brad, thanks for being here.
No worries. I'm glad I'm still grounded.
All right, you're not grounded anymore, but I don't want to hear that joke ever again. Never again.
I didn't bring it up. Chat was blame chat.
Never do it again. That's all I have to say.
I try to tell you silence not a game. I texted and called you, but still you won't explain. I really need you to love me with your strength and night. Even a week will do, you should know it feels so right. Having the babies, if I don't hear back from you tonight. Oh, oh, oh. There are no ladies who can say they are this tight. Oh, oh, oh. Having the babies, if I don't hear back from you tonight. Oh, oh, oh. Never felt this way about anyone before. Well, maybe that's not true. There were 2 or 3 more, but no one would sign this thing. So it's all now up to you. It's not gonna hurt at all. Just a solid week or 2. Oh, having the babies, if I don't hear back from you tonight. Oh, oh, oh. There are no ladies who can say they are this tight. Oh, oh, oh. Having the babies, if I don't hear back from you tonight. Oh, oh, oh. If you sign it, I will take the pills today. Twin flames will get doused and go away. Let me in, I wanna be one of your tribe. You and me have a real friend, love vibe. Oh, having the babies, if I don't hear back from you tonight. Oh, oh, oh. There are no ladies who can say they are this tight. Oh, oh, oh. Having the babies, if I don't hear back from you tonight. Oh, oh, oh. If you sign it, I will take the pills today. Twin flames will get doused and go away. Let me in, I wanna be one of your tribe. You and me have a real friend, love vibe. Oh, having the babies, if I don't hear back from you tonight.